And we're live. Okay.
Hi
there's no
everyone.
there's no set up, you know, topics that I can think of, you know, but whatever comes. These conversations. I'm here with Lucy Aqualuna. I'm not sure if she's even should I even promote your channel, girl? What's going on with that?
No, I mean, I'm. I don't want to like just delete everything, like closing the channel, but it's definitely dead. It's a
Right? She's asleep. She's like it's there, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should kill it, like
put it out
extinguish
of its
it.
misery.
But
Just put
I,
everything private and then, yeah.
I do like my videos, so
Well, you like I said, privatize and then put them on Patreon.
no, no, no.
Like
I
a
think it's more for me. I always said it. It was selfish. Like it was for me, and just like to have like a record of like the decks and some of my thoughts.
right.
With the pandemic, especially, I think I'm a
Hmm.
very talkative person. So when you are speaking to the camera, it helps because you feel you're not talking alone, although you are.
Yeah. I do it all the time. I talk to myself and it's like, why am I just talking to myself? I'm just gonna might as well just put it out for everyone. But that's not the main focus here. Right now, we were talking about how Lucy always points out that I'm in sync with the wheel of the year. In bulk. The last readings I did, it was on in bulk, and it's always like with every Sabbath or every equinox, whatever, or any full moon or any new moon, I just happen to go live, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just my schedule. Maybe it's just like I get, maybe I am in sync with the energies. She's over here calling me a witch. I'm like, I don't know about all that. I don't identify as such.
You're a hereditary witch. I don't know how to call
Hereditary.
it, but I know that every time, well, not every time, but I would say like 90% of the times you tell me like, "Hey, you want to go live?" I'm doing some ritual for an Esbath or a Sabbath. I'm like, girl, I'm in a ritual. So,
Like I'm too busy doing hot girl shit. I can't do that.
but your timing is impeccable. Like, I don't know. Yeah, 90% of the times, I would say I'm like doing some witchy ritual thing, like having not random, but like in bulk or like a full moon, a new moon.
Yeah,
Have
you're
that
busy.
timing, but it makes me think like you are also connected to that energy because your
Right.
timing is impeccable.
Perhaps it might be just like the like the archetypal like time of the year, because I was looking at, I was watching the video waiting for, for the time to come to come up for the live stream, and I was watching a video on like Japanese holidays, and it's like, oh yeah, we have one, and she's by this girl Reina Scully. uh Here, I don't know if I can share it on in the chat, but yeah, and it was like, I was like, oh yeah, okay, okay. I really do want to get more into like Japanese, you know, culture, traditions, esotericism, Shintoism, that kind of stuff. It sounds interesting to me.
No, it's definitely fascinating, and you should be able to share. By the way, hi everyone on chat. I see
Hello,
a couple of
who's
people
here?
there.
Yeah, Sel DiCaprio, Desiree Venegas, and Amaze Tarot, and Sarah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Isn't it Venegas? Like, what's your Spanish accent?
She comes and goes. Hold on. Venegas.
It's B. Hey, B. How are you?
Oh, Veronica Jude. I was just thinking about you, girl. I was like, what's she doing? What's she up to?
Who are she?
Playing poker, listening like a stalker.
Poker is so much fun.
She, yeah. Let's see. Uh, where is my live chat? Here we go. My channel. There we go. That's
Mm.
how we go. That's how we do it. That's what we up to. That's what we doing. Paste. There we go. That's the video I was watching right now about Japanese holidays. It's such an interesting culture. It's so
It is
Yeah.
fascinating because
Well,
it's like
any culture
religion.
really is.
Yeah, religion is embedded, but it's like I think it's more appealing to us because I don't know. I don't think it's a thing in the like in the USA, but for Mexico and not only Mexico but Latin America, anime was like a huge thing. Like I would say 80s, but maybe from the 70s, 80s, 90s, anime was such a big thing that like Japan got like such a big boom. And it's such a different culture to ours, right? Because at least you have like religion and political and it's sort of divided. And then you ask about like, well, what's the religion in Japan? And you get into this, like the Shinto and we call it
And
Shintoismo. Yeah.
yeah, and it's there's a it's spiritual, but yet it's not like religious like how it is in like the US or Mexico, or
Mm-hmm.
it's not so much a religion as much more as like a it's really just I don't know. It's just
It's
a
like the
tradition.
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd
exactly. The
have to
tradition.
I'd have to study into it. Let's look into it. uh,
Yes, it is.
but that just like that just blew my mind the first time you brought that up, where it's like Mexico was like in the anime boom
Oh,
way
yeah.
before the US. Like the US was like over here, like like only like the geeks and the nerds, and even then it's like who knows how many would even watch or read or watch anime and read manga. Until like recently did it like become like start becoming more popular and like popping off. With like, I think like Attack on Titan, like that started it, and then and then it grew into what it is now, which like yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Japan is so fascinating. I mean, obviously, like all the ancient history, like samurais and like Ronin and all that is just like whoa. But also like I think there's a big divide, in the world in history, like before World War II, after World War II, and just to see how Japan was involved in that, and then how they like recover and overcame it is just it's like whoa, so that happened and then they completely turn it around. And
Yeah, like well that though
yeah,
it was like due to like American occupation, wasn't it?
yeah, but I mean you can see, for example, no, like Germany and Italy,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's very very different, no, on like
Hmm.
how Japan handled the whole thing. So I think,
Yeah,
and
it's
maybe
it's
it's
a
because it's far, it's fascinating, I don't know.
yeah, I think it's because it's like I was listening to a podcast with the same girl that that on that YouTube channel, that on that video that I posted, and it was a podcast with one of her friends, and they were talking about like they mentioned how it was like technology and their spirituality has kind of like co-evolved together, in a weird way, and how like they really like integrated technology pretty well into their culture, just from like an outsider's perspective, compared to like here in the US, we kind of have a weird like complete integration and connection with the internet and technology, but yet we also like shame it and we look down on it, and like we're like, but yet we're like, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like every time I see those memes of like, like it was like the Pokemon Go meme where it was like the kid on the phone looking down and like Pikachu's like riding his neck, and his neck is all like, and it's
Mm.
like, but it's like, but that is online, that's spread and shared through the internet.
It's so funny that you mentioned it. I actually just finished, I think, a book that was so easy and fun to read for me. It's Talking Too Fast by Lauren Graham. Like Gilmore Girls is one of my favorite shows. I just love it so much. And then I stumbled across the book. I think I've heard of it, but I was not interested, not too much. And then I was like, well, why not? And I started reading it, and it's like so funny, and it's just like easy reading, and she has like a side character which is called Old Lady Jackson, and she writes a letter where she's actually concerned about this now, like the phone and the media, and it's something now that we bring up fairly recent. But today, in fact, So I'm celebrating this witchy stuff now with other people,
What
and they
was?
just
Hold on. What was the book called? I'm trying to find it so I can.
talking too fast, talking as fast as I can, from Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls.
Let's see. As
Yeah,
fast
talking as fast as I
as.
can.
Oh. Here we go.
hmm
Okay. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna try and share it.
Yeah, I think it's her second book. I'm not sure if she has a third one out yet, but she was working on a third one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very casual reading, like fun reading,
Yeah.
like talking to a friend.
yeah. Continue. Ooh.
So, this guy in the Witchy group shares an app for Wicca, and
Mhm.
I was conflicted because I mean this is one of the guys that it's always on his phone. Like whenever I gave him, I don't know, like a ride or something, we don't know each other that well, but like he's always on his phone, and I'm like, dude, do you want to talk to me or what, right?
Yeah.
Especially since it's just like me and him on the car. But again,
Mhm.
this was way back then, right? But I know he's one of those people like lives in his phone. So he shared this app that is for the weekend holidays, right?
Mhm.
Let's call them weekend holidays. But the pagan ceremonies. And I think it's super cool now to use the technology and to have these apps and to have more, like impact in the world and distribution and everyone learning about it. And it's so cool. It's an app. But
Mhm.
then, like, one of the main purposes is like going back to nature, like tuning yourself to the cycles of nature, like reconnecting because we're like so far from it. So I wasn't sure, like, well, is it super cool to have an app, or maybe you should do it like by hand and draw it, and I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, it's super cool, but I don't want you to be on your phone all the time because that's
Yeah.
not what this is about.
Yeah. It's like it's of course. Uh, there are those people that are like just on their phone while you're right next to it's that right there. It's like that's a bit rude, but especially like what you two were in the car together, right? In a cab, right?
I was actually giving him a ride. So
Oh, okay.
I was
Oh.
driving and he was the co
Mhm.
pilot. And usually it's politeness from the co pilot to be friendly towards the driver, especially if you're getting a ride for free. Just
Yeah.
FYI,
Yeah.
for
It's
anyone getting rides, I mean, not in the pandemic times, but whenever you get rides, people like talk. Like you're getting a free ride, talk to the
yeah.
driver.
It might be like car ride conversations might that's a certain type of conversation if you think about it, like you're driving around and your friend and you're with someone there and the conversations that come up while you're driving that maybe he was maybe just to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he was like not interested in like opening up like that,
Yeah, but
maybe.
it was not just one time. I don't know.
If it's multiple times I would say like, hey, like what's good, and then if he says something that's when you say, oh, it speaks.
No, and you know me, I talk too much. And I was trying to like, hey, so do you like this song or like what's up, like
Yeah,
work? Are you? Yeah,
typical air sign.
what's the weather like? And it was, like those yes, no answers, and he would never take his eyes off the phone. And I'm like, dude, like what's going on?
It's like, honey, that mobile data bill must be crazy high.
I don't know. You get so much data these days that you
Oh, that's
probably don't
true.
even use it
Now
all
we got
that
the
much.
5G.
But is it true? Is it true the 5G?
What
I
is
don't
that?
even
Yeah,
think
isn't
it's
it
true the 4G.
like is it better? Like is it just faster? It's like what's the difference? I would like to see it. And why so long? It seems like we had like 4G and that was like back in like 2000 what? 9? 2010?
I don't know. I don't even believe Mexico has real 4G. So
Oh no! Oh no! Like, I'm just gonna stick with my Wi-Fi. Speaking of which, this is all happening through the power of not using an Ethernet cable, and during a Mercury retrograde. So we
You are
really
not?
tested God.
You are not using an Ethernet cable?
I'm not. I don't have one yet. But
How
guess
can-
what?
How can you not have one? Like,
I need one. I need to get one. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
middle of the pandemic and you don't have an Ethernet cable. Like, come on. Is it too low tech for the new people? Like,
It's like, it's just so easy, and it's like, what am I gonna? Okay, let's talk about it. Is it gonna be like a cable connected to my computer, all the way outside through the door to the Wi-Fi box?
yeah, you need
To
to
the
figure
modem?
out how to place it. It has to go to the modem.
Right. So it's, how long is that cable? How long is that cable supposed to be?
Long enough to reach wherever you are, but I mean, it's usually a proper installation, like through the wall. So
Right. That's another thing. Is there like a plug into the wall, and then that plugs into the modem? Like, can I do that? Like, you know.
I mean, I live by myself, right? So, I probably shouldn't do that. No, I live with a lot of roomies. But I mean, I decided like where the cables were gonna go. So my desk is right next to the installation, right? So they place it so it would work for me. And like the desk is here. I move it around a little, but yeah, to be close to the cable and it's there and it's fine.
Yeah, the house setup I have, its modem is in the living room, so if we need to
Right.
connect, it'll have to go through somehow. I might just drill a hole in the wall. I'm just kidding. No, it's an apartment. I can't do that. That would be the most efficient thing, to do, but
Yeah.
probably not, though. I'm thinking of like if I move back to my parents' house, it's also there, but that's also pretty like out of the way, and it's gonna be a weird setup. We'll
Yeah.
we'll cross that bridge when we get the Ethernet cable. But for now,
Get a really long one.
for
Just
real,
FYI.
maybe I'll just like get like 3 and connect each.
I'm not sure you can connect each.
You can. I mean,
No, because they have ports. Like you connect them to ports, and they don't have ports within the cable.
so
Don't
they're
get-
not like male, female, that type of connection.
No, just get a really, really long one.
I guess.
Like, what's with your generation that doesn't know about cables?
Honey.
Cables were a thing.
I mean, look at me. I'm still using this. I don't use like Bluetooth wires, but I'm like getting convinced to get them. But I don't want to use Bluetooth.
I
Connect to
don't
other
like
people's
Bluetooth.
shit and like.
Yeah, I don't
And
like.
plus, they're like those little earbuds. They get lost. No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a very cable person. I don't know.
They just seem like something that's just gonna get lost. They look like they're made to get lost. It's like no. But then every time I'm like doing something, or like I'm listening to music or a podcast, and I'm like doing like work or whatever, I move my leg and it freaking pulls out of my ear, or it unplugs from the phone. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I do have a Bluetooth, but it's like the runner set that. So it's a cable that goes behind your neck and then into your ears. And actually, my ears, I don't know, but I always have a problem with those small headphones that they will always fall off.
Maybe you're.
Something that it's attached.
Is it
I
like?
don't know. My
do you
ears
have,
are
like-
weird.
Is it like these types of earbuds?
Yeah, I don't like them. Plus, I
Yeah,
don't like
if you
that
have-
the sound goes right into your
Even
ear.
even with the little tiny earbud things, you take them off and get the, you can take them off.
No, but they hurt
No,
me, and they always fell off. And I don't
Hmm.
like the sound just being that inside my ear. I like the round
The
one.
headphones.
Yeah, even the small ones. I have like small headphones, but it doesn't sit inside my ear. It's just like on top of my ear.
You see, I like these because it blocks out everything else. People are like calling for help. I'm like,
You're like, I'm not listening to you.
I can't hear you. But then there's people that have the audacity to come up to me. I have my earphones in like this, and they have the audacity to come up to me and like ask me something or talk to me. I'm like, I don't work here.
Who dares to talk to you?
I'm like, how dare you try to make a social interaction with me? And every time it's like, I don't work here. I'm just shopping around, listening to my music.
But are they asking questions as if you work there, or just like a
Some of them,
casual-
and then other times it's like they'll say like, oh, hello, or whatever, and it's like,
And you're like, I don't talk to you, bye.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, don't say hello to me. What? Hello for what?
And I'm
Literally
super
walking
social,
away.
Not that I talk to strangers like on the supermarket or anything, but yeah, sometimes I do have, I don't know, the casual question, like when like it wasn't like mandatory to have a phone or a watch on you all the time, you would ask for the time, or you would ask some
With the
casual
watch,
random
right? Oh, do you
question.
have the time? Yeah.
Yeah, I do like talking to strangers. Some people don't like it like you, but I am very like, hey, what do you think about, I don't know.
But I mean, if I mean, I'm not going to be like rude like that, I guess. But it's like if I have my music on, of course I want to listen to my music. Uh, but like, I guess that maybe because it's helpful, and maybe I like to help a little bit. I don't know. Because it's like, what time is it? It's like, I can help this person. This idiot doesn't know what time it is. It's 3:25.
I actually like when I go grocery shopping, I don't carry my cell phone. Like it just stays in the house.
But like, how do you stay connected?
I don't need to stay connected. I'm grocery shopping. Like
Yeah, but like, what if you need to remember? Like, what if you need to know how, like,
it's called
what fruit or
memory.
vegetable is like ripe?
It's called memory and decision making. I have a brain. People have brains. You can actually do this without a phone. You can go grocery shopping without a phone. There's also something like an invention that is fascinating. It's called paper and pen. So I don't do that, but you could do
Oh,
that.
can
Like
you say that again? What was that?
paper,
Papper?
paper.
Me over here with all these books and shit. Friggin'. Well, no, here's the thing. We love paper and we love pens, Every time you walk by like the journal section, don't tell me you get the urge to want to buy a blank journal, even though you have like 20 already at home.
Yeah, I do.
Right? We all like, who doesn't feel that?
Yes.
Like, what is it about paper that we like? Kind of like, there's got to be like some psychological, like subconscious, thing in our brains that's like telling us like, this is what we need, this is what we want, we gotta have this thing. Or sort of like how, to bring back a weird time in history, you remember when people were eating Tide Pods? Eating, yeah, the Tide Pods, because they look like edible things. They look like plump and juicy, and they're like bright colors. So our brains are like, you know
People
what I mean?
really
Our brains.
rate them. Actually, I
It
never
was-
knew about Tide Pods before going to the USA on like a working trip, because they are not a thing in Mexico, like not at all. And I recently just found some in Mexico, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get
It's starting. It's starting. We've never used them, but the thing is that it's like how they look. It's like they look like they imitate the way like grapes look or like fruit looks. So our brains kind of read it that way.
It doesn't look edible to me, but I don't.
Right. We know, but it's like if you just took, I don't know. It's something about it. I'm like, I can see it, or maybe like look at like candy, for example, like different types of candies in the U.S. Like, the one that comes to mind is like the Juicy Drop Pops. They have like, it's like a lollipop and it has like a little thing that you can like squirt sour like juice onto this lollipop, and it was, ooh girl, I can feel it in the back of my throat. Ooh.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's supposed to like it unintentionally it imitates that look to some people. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not really.
I mean, it's a little far fetched, but I can say it.
It's just like, like I said, it's subconscious.
Subconscious.
Sort of like how
But
I sometimes wish that like soap was edible because how it smells so good. It's like, why isn't there edible food that smells like this?
soap doesn't smell edible. Like, you're crazy. I wouldn't eat soap.
Yeah, it's like that crisp, like I don't know. Nothing smells like that, but next they come back with a new season of My Strange Addiction. You see me on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
You know,
like no.
weird edible things. My mom and her generation would eat chalk because they said it was like so good. White chalk. Like they
That,
would eat them.
but that doesn't look. That ain't got no smell. That ain't got no flavor.
No, but they say that the flavor was really, really good. And it was not just my mom. Like a lot of people would eat chalk. I don't know why. I mean, I think there's something about your body when it craves weird things. I only have it with ice, and it's when my iron levels are low.
Huh.
So I crave for ice, which is very funny in Spanish because in Spanish the word for ice is hielo, and the word for iron is hierro.
Right.
So they actually sound very, very close. But I think it's called, what is it called? Pica? Mica? Having these
Pica.
weird cravings.
Well,
Because your body is lacking like minerals.
But that's usually, I think it's usually found in children only, because then they'll just like eat. They'll put things in their mouth and they'll do stuff, and then it forms like a habit. I don't know, girl. I'm not a psychologist. But yeah, totally. That's why they put. I think maybe because they didn't put minerals in water, for that flavor. In bottled water like Aquafina, they'll be like minerals for taste, and I'd be like, yes.
Minerals for taste.
It's like I can just imagine them like putting a rock in like this vat of water while they're making it. It'd be like just mixing it up,
I don't know.
No.
No, I don't know. Does anyone on the chat ever eat weird things? Is it just our weird families or us?
Next thing you know, we're gonna get like some weird ass shit in your watch.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of that episode of My Strange Addiction of when she ate the drywall, which I'm like, that's the same thing, drywall and chalk. No, probably not. No.
Oh, it seems similar, no?
White, powdery, rocky, but no, I know for a fact it's
apparently it was really, really good. Oh, the one that I shared that you found crazy? Like, my grandma will feed us Big Vaporub with covered in sugar when you were sick, like had a flu or the cold.
What was it?
Big Vaporub. Like the substance that they put on your chest.
Oh, yeah, Vaporub. Yeah. The
Vaporub. Yeah. So you will take, it's menthol, no? But it's like creamy. So we will take like your
you
finger.
Would eat it?
Yeah, you will take your finger in it, and then you will dip it in sugar, and then eat it. It's so good.
But
I've shared this.
I don't remember this. How come I don't remember this? This does not sound familiar. Wait. Maybe? No. I feel like no. It feels like the memory of like remembering a dream. Like, did that really happen? I don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's wow. Vaporub and sugar. That's new.
That's not new.
Well,
I'm
new
pretty
to
sure
me.
I took with like you, Aniki, and Wei.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
Any true stands of the TT&T podcast? I want to call it a podcast, but they're like video chats. Someone tell us. Look through the archives.
Yeah. I miss it. I hope.
Well, girl, the store is right down the street. Get your Vaporub and your sugar and go at it.
I actually have vapor up here. I
Oh,
don't have. Oh, well, I
a
guess
little
I do have
midnight snack.
sugar. I don't
Don't do
know.
it, girl. Don't do it. I don't think. No, 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 no. But that right there, you know how vapor rub, like, you know, that smell should correlate to a taste. It's like mint, right? Like a sugary mintiness, I would assume.
Yeah.
Hmm. Strange. I I can't. I'm now gonna, or maybe I'll just forget it again. My brain will just like block it out. You know.
You're like, this is too crazy.
This is, no, 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 no. I was an innocent soul before this.
Calm down, you innocent soul. You know that's not true.
I'm trying to keep up an appearance here.
No one buys it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What now?
What now? I don't know. We're already. What'd you say this was gonna give? Half an hour? We're done.
Oh,
Half an hour.
no, no, no. I said like half an hour till it went live. I was just thinking like,
Ah.
because girl, trust me, it'll happen. We will get to talking, girl.
Oh yes. I mean, oof, we're kind of always stuck.
What else is there to talk
Like
about?
weird foods. Oh, you know what? I always have this craving for ice cream, and then I have ice cream, and then I never eat it, and it's like, why do I want ice cream if I'm not gonna eat it? And also, what I was gonna say about the journals and the blank paper, I was it. Is it like a true craving from our human psyche, or is it just media making us buy something new? Because we already have like 1,000 journals, and you want one more.
But you don't really
Why?
see advertising.
Why?
You don't really see advertisement for it. Though you
We
do see a lot of people like
do.
journaling like is a big thing right now, but I don't really see advertisements for journals. Watch, now I'm gonna get like a ton of ads for journals because
Thank you, YouTube.
things Google and YouTube.
But we do because I think like journaling and the tarot community are very close. So I do get a
very
lot
well.
of journal publicity just from tarot. Like watch those, like for example, Blood Moon, no, that has journals, and Cosmovisions that had journals, and like the Wild Unknown that had a journal. So they're like now it's like buy your tarot and your journal, and like there are like a lot of these packages like Dreams of Gaia, and all of these are like, oh, buy this special journal for this tarot deck. Now you need one different journal,
I'm just like,
customized, specialized for your tarot deck.
I'm like, what's wrong with this? This I love. Though the other journals, they look really nice. There's this Instagram or this Etsy shop that they do like leather like designs or like hard leather books. Sort of like they're like hardcover books. They're like let me show you this here. Now that it's
Yeah.
right in front of me, like this, but they're like more designed and they're like but they're like handmade and they're on Etsy for like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, I might invest in that, but I'm like, and then I see all these plain journals and I'm like, okay, no, maybe
Show
I
your
should.
brain journal again, because I didn't catch it with
This one. This is just a spiral.
just
There's
the
nothing.
notebook.
Yeah, it's just a notebook, but it's like
A stationery is also
I
a
think
thing.
okay. Here's a good one. You use this as like a draft journal, and then you get the really nice one with the fancy pens recommended by Annika from Nobody Here, and you use those for the nice, full well done.
Is it too much?
I think it's just enough. But what I also do though is I get binders and I get the loose papers and I fill it up with a bunch of that because so many notes. So many notes.
I was watching this episode about The Good Fight, and Diane sees this girl that is sitting at the attorney's meeting, and she's drawing dots. So Diane is like, what is she doing? Like she, using some code to mark the people that are there, or like what? So she asked her, like what are you doing with these dots? Like what were you taking notes on? And she's like, oh no, nothing. And then she's like, I saw you. And she's like, oh. And she's like, okay, I'll show you. So she dribbles a notebook, and all it has is dots of different colors. And she says like she has made like 10,000, like she's close to 10,000 dots, like a lot of dots. And I'm
But
like,
why?
and then Diana's like, exactly why? So she explains that she was a note girl. That she would take notes for everything, and then she will take notes on notes, and she will clean those notes, and obsess about notes like so bad, like notes and then notes on notes, and then review your notes and summarize your notes and clean up your notes. And then one day she was at a cab and she lost her notes, like she forgot them. And then she said, like, you know what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So she started drawing dots, and now she felt like more relaxed and just like focused and calmer. And actually, there's a theory about like draw lines if you're feeling, I don't know, stressed, and draw flowers if you're feeling, I don't know what, or draw circles or waves or squares, or there's like a theory about drawing lines or circles or stuff, to like relax your mind, or like you want to find something, draw puzzles, something like that. I've read it. And dots was actually good for relaxing because she was drawing dots like spiral, like spirals, and then filling out the dot with like a spiral way.
Oh, very meditative, I would assume.
Exactly, and it's different colors.
Yeah. Instead of,
Oh, what was that? Why are they drilling in my house? I got scared.
They're drilling a hole for the Ethernet cable.
I thought, I was like, who is drawing an Ethernet cable? I was like, what the F?
Like, I'm tired of having it out the door.
But it also sounded like super close to me.
They want to listen into our conversation.
I really got scared. I was like, what?
Send them a link to this channel.
What are you doing, people?
But yeah, I did something similar. Well, it was more just to help my handwriting.
Oh.
I think my lunch dinner is here. Hold on. Take over for a while.
I'll take over. Hi everyone. This is me taking over. And usually when you take over, then you don't have anything to talk about. But talking about watching The Good Fight, these are like fairly new episodes. There is one where Diane is actually having an alternate dream. Like she wakes up and all of a sudden Hillary has been president for 3 years. And she's like, what? Like Trump didn't win? Like, what do you mean? And everyone is like, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? Like, Hillary won, of course. Like, everyone knew it. Like, and she's like so happy. She starts watching the news. And then it's like, I'm talking about this episode about The Good Fight where Diane wakes up and she finds out that Hillary has been president for the last 3 years. And she turns on the news and like cancer has been cured. There are like tons of polar bears, like you are like overcrowded with polar bears. Like, the climate change reversing, everything is like super good. And
okay. I'll be like, okay, calm down.
No, like seriously. And that's like the first 5 minutes. And then you start seeing like, well, the corporations are actually struggling and are almost going bankrupt.
Good.
Like, the super wealthy people are not doing so well.
Where's the problem?
Well, she works for a big corporation, right? Her firm is actually going bankrupt.
well, yeah. She should have just opened an Etsy,
Etsy is a huge corporation as well. Anyhow.
Well, but like, independent,
Yeah, it all seems like pretty fair until she finds out that she's going to represent Harvey Weinstein. And she's like, what? Exactly. She's like, what?
Cut the cameras.
What about the Me Too movement and everyone calling this guy out? And they were like, what are you talking about?
I wonder if that would have been interesting. If it was an alternate, like if Hillary was president, would the Me Too movement happen?
That's what they posed. No, they actually posed the question that maybe it would not have happened because women were actually what they post is that with Hillary president and preparing her reelection, women want to, be like, oh no, everything's cool, like don't threaten the
Right.
men,
That
let
is
them feel like
true.
they're still in power, so no one is like speaking up or anything.
No, that is true because I think if we want to take it to to racial discrimination and racial inequality, like if that were the case, then yeah, Obama being elected would have like solved everything, but
Yeah, it didn't.
no,
It
it
just
was only until like we got
found,
like when we got like
yeah.
riled up and like what the fuck.
There's a saying, no, like there is no bad that doesn't come without good. It sounds so much better in English. I love when I hate
Say
when
it in Spanish, girl.
sayings,
Say it in Spanish. Say it how
yeah,
it
like
is.
no hay mal que por bien no venga.
Say it again.
No hay mal que
Uh-huh.
por bien no venga.
Okay.
So there is no evil without some good coming from it,
Right. No evil comes without being followed by good.
Yes,
Right.
and which the counterpart is like the road to hell is full with good intentions, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That is very true because it's like now part of me was like, oh, I thought like, oh, Hillary becoming president would be like,
Amazing.
well, we got a woman in the White House. It's like we can't be being treated like this. But instead it's like from the very top to the bottom we have disgusting, people. So we gotta take care.
Yeah,
Which it's like,
maybe that guy winning actually triggered, people saying enough is enough, and actually,
right.
like, we got the Me Too movement, we got Black Lives Matters, like, we actually got good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is the necessary evil,
Yeah.
but it's like, but now it's like, okay, he's out. Look at how like the reaction to the flip,
Mm-hmm.
is going on with like, at least in the U.S. political system. I was watching. Apparently, speaking of Japan again, I was just remembering that there was also like Trump, supporters like out in the streets in Japan during the elections here, and I was like, girl, you're all the way across the Pacific Ocean. Stay over there. Mind your business. It's like, but really, it's like being a global superpower. It does affect other countries.
I mean, the sad part of Japan is like they are very male-centric and male-oriented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like, because at some point I was like, oh yeah, I could live there, and then I was like, well, women actually have like a very subdued energy there. Like, you have to walk behind your husband.
Right.
Like, it's very like, male-centric and patriarchies, and woman is like second. And that's also like a very Asian thing, like China, Japan, India, no? Women we can claim that, we have power, that you are like the real power in the house, blah, 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 blah. But still, it's like, well, education, like job equality, like salaries, and like women working are not seen like very, very good. And it's like, oh, you're working, but you're not married. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids?
Yeah, like the simple, like almost like kind of like how they view tattoos is another good example, like if you have tattoos there, like you gotta cover them up because they'll think you're part of like the Yakuza. Which is like here it's like kind of like tattoos are changing and being more accepted.
Yeah, they're like hip and fashion now, right?
Yeah.
I do like tattoos, but I was very like I'm very pro tattoo. But actually I don't have a tattoo, and I don't think I will get one.
Right, I think of it. I'm like, would I get a tattoo?
Because if I look at the history of tattoos, like you either get them from two things. Either you were like super brave and a warrior, and then got the honor and the process.
It was a ritual. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was a huge honor, but you actually did something to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you are actually like the opposite, no? Like you were in prison, or you were being marked, so you would be recognized right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't want to like, because I do believe in past lives, so I don't want to call back into being tattooed because I was like, I don't know, arrested or discriminated or like wanted to be branded, like cattle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
And I don't think I've done anything like awarding, like the honor to actually get a tattoo. I guess, I mean, yeah, some of things I'm really, really proud of, but not in the like in the ritual, like the Hawaiian
Hmm.
or I don't know, Haiti maybe Haitians,
Hmm.
like these cultures that actually, like pop culture is like abusing, their tattoos and history, and it's like, oh, it's cool, I'll get one, but it's like, well, it's actually an honor and you have to earn it.
Yeah, and it's like I think the closest thing that we have to that is like people, saying if people getting tattoos for a specific meaning, maybe to commemorate someone, or or some or like a symbol that meant something really like that means a lot to them.
Hmm.
Uh, but
But it's
it's
also
like
like
but
the
now it's becoming more decorative and more of the aesthetic. It's like you just want to
when,
be different. You want to stand out, and it's like
yeah, when I was younger, I wanted the infinite, because I was like, oh yeah, I want an infinite. And then I googled like tattoos that the tattooers hate the most doing.
the infinity
Number
sign.
one was yeah, number one or two was this stupid infinity sign. I was like, oops, because there's this always like, should you design it, or should you let the tattoo design? I think it's better when you let the tattoo artist actually be an
Right.
artist. But there are a
Yeah.
lot of people that just come with, I want this, and it's not even their own design. No, there are like a lot of like internet stealing. There were a lot of like tarot cards. No, like Kim Kranz didn't like it, but I think like
Yeah.
Stanway, like from the Blood Moon, she's like, if you want to tattoo my art, go for it. No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I think she has a. I think there's some stores that do like some
Like
online
buy
artists.
something.
They'll have like a tattoo like voucher or something.
Yeah,
I think Sam does it,
I think
right?
Sam does.
Yeah. Um. Oh, dinner. Now dinner's here.
So what was that earlier?
Oh, it was books. Wheel
Yeah,
of Time.
awesome. I actually got that
Companion.
the Kindle version.
Are you reading through them? And I
Not
got
yet.
the, and I ordered up to book 6
Nice.
because
I got
I already,
3 physical ones, but yeah, Robert Jordan. Cool.
I'm like, we stand. I'm like, I'm just getting ready for the Amazon show.
Hmm.
So I can be like, that's not how it was.
I
Or,
don't want to watch it until I read them.
right, what was that?
I don't want to watch like any show until I read it.
Right. So I found that sometimes it surprises me when I watch it and then I read the books. Like Annihilation, if you watch the movie and then read the books, girl, it's like a whole nother experience. But Annihilation's more artsy and it's like writing.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the movie. I keep falling asleep.
How?
I don't
I'm
know.
like, what? What was it? What was so boring? Was it
I don't know.
the
I don't.
horrifying bear thing that rocked you to sleep? Like
I don't think it was boring, but it was very dreamy like.
it's the friggin' ambient synth sci-fi music playing.
No, I love sci-fi, but I don't know.
Let me tell
And
you,
then I
once they
was like,
get in
maybe
there,
I should read the
it's
books first.
the movie. I will say the movie's more engaging. I will say than the book, and the book isn't that long, but the book does show like
But
it
isn't
takes
like a
a
3-book series or something?
yeah, it's a trilogy, but the first book it's like almost like its own thing, and it can stand alone by itself, and you can leave it as it is. But the 2 books following it go more into it. But
Okay.
yeah, because the first book it's a journal. It's the main character. It's the main girl, Natalie Portman's character, her journal,
Hmm.
and you're reading through it, and you're reading like what happens, girl, the
That's
twists, the turns, and why it's
you
called
know
Annihilation.
I actually, and I'll admit this, and I'll come clean. I don't know. I actually like the Hunger Games movies.
I did too. I didn't see any issues with it.
What do you mean, any issues? Just the very nature of the movies is just so wrong. But I mean, it's kind of hard not to like them because, like, the author was actually involved in the creation of the movies.
Oh, that explains. I mean, that explains a lot.
But all the whitewashing, all
Oh, that's
like the
there we
white,
go. Yeah,
the
that, I
Hunger
was like
Games.
right now. I was remembering. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Because
Hunger
Katniss is
Games,
supposed to be like, like
dark
darker skinned,
skin,
right?
gray,
Yeah.
like gray skin, grayish skin, and
Yeah.
dark hair, olive
And
eyes.
the only like character that is black that has dialogue that's important is Rue, and that's a huge thing of like the black character being killed off to develop the white character. It's like,
All the black characters, because Cena
Right.
also dies.
oh, that's
Now,
true.
so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and Trey as well. So
I'm like,
yeah, like all the whitewashing.
but in
And
terms of like, the only thing that I thought was good was like the adaptation of the plot. I would say, compared to other movies that
But
I've seen.
but even that I will
I'm looking at you,
criticize.
Percy Jackson. I'm looking at you.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie because I enjoyed it, but I didn't know the source material. And then when you read the source material, like Hunger Games, the basic thing is against capitalism. And
Yeah.
what are the Hunger Games movies? Capitalism. And
But I mean, like, also like the books as well.
yeah, to an extent, yes, because they became so popular. But also, like the main, let's forget about political reasons and
I think it was-
whitewashing and all
I
that.
think it was also like, it had like the merchandising and the albums, the music, that was another big thing.
Yeah.
A big
No.
selling point.
But even if you forget about political reasons, no? Even if you put them aside, the main story is about a love triangle, right?
I guess. Yeah.
So you have Katniss, Peeta, and I don't even remember his name. What's the other guy?
I'm
The other
pretty
guy.
sure. I'm pretty sure even the author and Katniss doesn't even know his name. I'm just kidding.
Like-
Gale.
Gale, right? Gale.
'Cause
And
it's,
I'm reading them. I'm
Hemsworth.
like, who is that guy?
It's Hemsworth.
Gale.
I'm sorry. Why did they put the Hemsworth as the one she doesn't get with? I'm like,
Well, that's not the point. But the point
why
is,
is it always the most attractive one?
like in the story, and
Hashtag
first of
Team
all,
Jacob.
they're like much younger than Hollywood makes them believe.
Oh,
but
that's another
whatever.
problem. Yeah.
But also, Katniss is not in love with Gale from the start. Like she
Oh,
doesn't
no,
even know he's into her.
She's like, oh, he's such a good friend.
She actually does. It's like we're friends, and
We're just
she's
friends.
cold and distant, and she's like, I don't even care about this guy in like a
And then he gets
sexual
and then he
way.
gets whipped.
And then she in the book she's actually more like flirty with Peeta, and she
Is
actually
she?
has
Maybe I
cause
didn't
to
notice
actually
it.
be in love with him because he basically rescued her. Like without Peeta, she
Yeah.
would be dead.
Throwing that bread.
But the scene in the book is like so much more emotional, and they're a little like Katniss is not even 12 when this happened, and in the movies they made it seem like, oh, it happened 3 months ago. I'm like, it didn't happen 3 months ago.
It happened yesterday.
It's like it happened like 4
It
years
hasn't
ago.
happened yet. It hasn't happened yet, but she imagined it. The burnt bread.
But just that change, like making Gale and Katniss be actually into each other from the get-go. I was like, no, that's a complete fake thing, because then you actually think like, well, she's being disloyal to Gale because she's like falling in love with Peeta.
But I mean, like, it's a Hemsworth. Like, how could you not?
Well, I mean, maybe the casting was wrong or whatever. They're both supposed to be very attractive.
Which
Like Gale is super hot, but Peeta is not like bad either in the books. Which I think in reality, I mean, the other actor, he's he's decent, but I didn't
He's
like
okay. He gets by.
I don't think they did the hair right, and that's like because it was the
It
hair
did
and the
not.
blue
Yeah.
eyes, and when you don't have these like blue or whatever color, dark or when you don't have those intoxicating eyes, then it's like it doesn't really work.
He has a great personality.
He does. Like one of the main
Gave her
interactions
bread.
was Katniss was having fun with Peeta without even intending to. I never see that in the movies, and in the
But then again,
books,
it's like.
it's there every time.
But I think with going through the Hunger Games, it's like,
But she's
you
having
know,
fun. Like they make jokes and they are laughing.
yeah, and it's like, but it's like they're also like supporting each other through like, you know, before they,
Yeah.
through this battle, through this battlefield. Which speaking of battle, I just,
You
I
watch
watched,
Battle Royale.
I watched Battle Royale. There is no similarities.
Well, except the main thing.
Yeah, kids killing each other. What, like, okay, yeah, what, like, okay.
Other than that is way different.
There's like nothing the same.
Yes, I agree.
Nothing's the same. Nothing's the same. That guy getting back up and then like saying something while he was before like he was dead. He got back up and then he full on like I think he had like 2 more lines to say. He's like, I'm not done yet.
I don't remember the movie
Oh,
like
girl.
specifically. I remember the general plot. Like there were the high school boss, and they get kidnapped, put in this island with these necklaces, things, right, that are gonna explode unless they follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they actually kill one by to show an example or something. So they actually believe that necklaces thing can kill them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember little things about it, but like the main plot and little things. I don't even remember like who wins. A girl probably.
2 people win.
Yeah.
The ending is actually very similar to Hunger Games, but not
Yeah.
like oh no, they're gonna kill each other. No, we need one winner. Oh, they both win. Not like that. It's like they cheat the system and they are able to disable the necklace. Spoilers. By
the way.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I mean, it's not a bad movie, but I'm like,
it's very gory.
Yeah, and it's like there's also like really messed up things like to like some of the kids' backstories,
Yeah.
Especially there's like one girl that's like a killing machine. I wanted her to win. Like when I found like at first I was like, oh my god, she's horrifying, she's evil, like. But then like towards the end I was like, wait a minute, why'd they kill her off? Why did she die? Like, bring her back. Like she should have won. I can't remember her name, but
I don't know. One of the girls.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, the lovers have to win. Like. But it wasn't bad. I kind of wanted to see like what happened to them. Now they're on the run. Where do they go? Do they escape? I want to see that. I want to see like them on the run, like in the countryside, getting like sneaking out to. I think they plan to go to Russia or something. I don't know. I was like, I want to see that. I'm kind of like envisioning like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows when in the part 1 where they're like running away, like out running, kind of like that. I'm like, I would like to see that. I would like to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Isn't there like a book part 2? Because it was based on a book, right?
I don't know. Maybe. I found that it was very anime. Like, unless it's just like Japanese drama, how they're always like that. Even like outside of like the cartoon animes, I was like, girl.
I took a course now on anime.
Yeah. Right. Explain to me. Teach me.
So one of the analysis of like all these like gory stuff and like deeply disturbing stuff is because the culture / religion / tradition / just the way of living, it's very restricted. Like there are a lot of rules. There's a lot of containment. There's a lot
very
of
reserved. Yeah.
Like
I watched that show. Have you seen? It's on Netflix. Ju-on, right? Origins, I think that's what it's called. It's based on. It's The Grudge. It's the Grudge franchise.
Oh, okay.
Girl.
Yeah, so basically what they're explaining with the anime and all these, like the anime mainly, but it's like, well, they're actually humans, and also they are actually expressing that side that's so repressed, which is the shadow
Yeah.
actually.
Hmm.
So the shadow actually comes to life in all these gory movies and
I
anime
always found, yeah.
manga and all that.
Hmm. Yeah, I always found their like horror and their graphic side was always so much more cutthroat than here in like the US for some reason. You know? It's always like I'm like, they really went there. You know?
Yeah, because it's like I think it comes from a true desire. It's not like, for example, this very American theme, no, like The Purge.
Mhm.
Like The Purge is not really that wild when you come to think of it. It's like, oh yeah, what if we had one day,
It's
to
I
do everything, and it's just like,
a
okay.
lot of, yeah, and it's weird is that a lot of people say I actually should watch the movies and like because I think I've only seen like one. No, I didn't watch any of that. But I think one of the things is like people would say like if the purge is real, what it would be was a lot more looting, a lot more stealing,
Hmm.
rather than murders and fun, and vandalism. Well, the vandalism would be like breaking into places to get whatever's in there. It's like, what's the difference from that to Black Friday? Like, it's more. You could say there's a capitalist, commentary on that.
Yeah. So I actually googled Battle Royale. The film is based on a novel,
Oh, okay.
and
Or
then I think because of the movie, they did a series and a sequel.
oh, series and a movie, like a TV show, or
So there is a manga series, and then there's a sequel, Battle
okay.
Royale 2.
Well, I'm pretty sure the sequel wasn't good.
Well, no, but now you can see what happened. I don't know if there's like a
I
continuation or just
I
another
don't think they
group of
followed
people.
those two. I don't know, or maybe they caught them and they brought them back. I don't know. I don't want to see that. I want to see them on the run. I want that story. We'll see. I'll have to look into it then. I'll look
Make
into it.
it your own.
Maybe I will. Maybe this is where I go into fan fiction, but
Yes.
I don't want to do fan fiction. I don't like
Well,
that.
a lot of authors
It's
actually
like
start with fan fiction.
right, right, but it's like I'd have to see. I'd have to because it's like I see how fan fiction is written, and it makes me cringe. You know?
But come on, you never. I remember being a teenager reading Harry Potter and imagining I was there in that world.
Yeah.
So it's writing it.
It's more like I don't know. It's like it seems that there's a way of writing fan fiction that seems to be, like consistent throughout all the fan fictions that I've heard and like what I've read from bits and pieces of, and I'm like, what is this? Like what? I don't. Why are they right? Why is it written like what? The prose, I should say. That's what's wrong that I don't like.
Well, there's a ton of bad fan fiction, of course. These are not writers, no. These are just fans.
Right. It's like I would just like make it like a I'd probably make it boring and make it like a research paper. I'm like in my mind I'm imagining them doing this. I don't know. I don't
You sounded very like 50 Shades of Grey. In my mind, I imagining doing this. I was like, okay.
And then he opened the closet and there was all the whips and chains and all that.
It's just when the book is really
Oh my.
like what's Twilight, right? Those books, I don't even want to read them. But I mean, if
I
they're
low key kind of
bad,
want to read that.
no. Come on, wasting your time reading that stuff when there's so much good things to read.
I'm like I'll after you know what? I'm going to put down Robert Jordan and start reading Twilight.
Look who's in the chat.
Oh, Queen of Shovels, she's here. Is there honestly there needs to be a shovel emoji just for
There is not.
Christy. For a second I almost forgot her name. Oh my gosh. That didn't happen. Oop. Oop. Is she still a mod on my channel?
No.
Oh. Oh well.
You talk because this
I just see a shadow of a shovel flying towards me. What? Oh. Why did you mute yourself? What's she doing? I also dinner's here, or well, lunch is finally here, so I should go get that and bring that over here and eat because I'm starving. But yeah, what are
So
you guys
go
eating?
get it.
Should I go get it? I'm gonna go get it.
Go get it.
Go get it. I'll be right back. You take over. Talk about why you don't like Twilight. Brave yourself, brace yourself though, because it's like we're in a Twilight Renaissance or like post Twilight Renaissance. It kind of came back. People were like, "What the fuck was that?" You know? I'll be right back.
Yes. So I don't know what he means about Twilight Renaissance. I do know that thanks to Twilight, a lot of teenagers started reading again, or actually got into reading like more often and stuff. But come on, it's just like really, really bad. Like when you have that and then you create a fan fiction of a bad book to begin with, of course it was gonna be bad. I don't know. Maybe some master writer could actually do it better. But I don't know. There are like so many good books out there. Actually, that's why I finally read The Hunger Games, because I wasn't sure if they were good or not. So I actually was watching booktubers, and they were like, I don't know, revisiting their childhood classics. And everyone will say like Twilight was like the worst of the worst, like trash level, you know, those theories that became so popular. But then they were actually reading The Hunger Games, I don't know, like 6 years later, 10 years later, whatever years later. And then they were saying, these are really good. Like they can stand, you know, the test of time, which is, I think, the true test. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to read them. And now I'm feeling a little bad for actually liking the movies. I was like, there's nothing to do with the movies. I mean, not that the movies are bad, but it's not the same essence. And talking about books that are actually really, really good with movies that are actually really, really good, of course, The King of the Kings is Lord of the Rings. Like, those movies are so good, and the books are so good. But again, don't start me on The Hobbit, because that was just capitalism. That was just people making money. Like, have you seen The Hobbit, the book? The book is tinier than each of the volumes of Lord of the Rings. And still, they managed to make 3 movies out of this little one book. And those 3 movies are dreadful.
The Hobbit?
I cannot stand them. Yes. They're really bad. Like,
they were
tried to watch
unnecessary.
them, and I fell asleep.
Did you watch Lindsay Ellis's video on like the behind the scenes on like what it took to make those movies?
No.
Girl, the drama, the tea, the New Zealand tea. Maybe Annika can like give us some input on that. Whether she was,
Maybe.
you know, because it's like,
What you got? Pizza. What is it? Chicken pizza?
mm-hmm.
What are the toppings?
It's artichoke, chicken, and garlic. Spinach, I think.
Sounds
Tomatoes,
good.
and it's amazing.
Bon
If
appetit.
if you're ever in San Luis Obispo and you're looking for some good food, Petra's. That's
Okay.
what it's called, Petra's.
Petra's.
They do pizzas, but they also do shawarmas.
Okay. But I mean, yes, I mean, to Queen of Shovels, I am a hardcore fan of Lord of the Rings. I watch those movies at least once a year, every time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the second one is one of my favorite movies of all times. So I had to watch The Hobbit, and every time I watch, I think the second one, I fell asleep. So I tried to rewatch it again. You know what? At some point, it was just one of my movies. If I had trouble sleeping, I will play it, because every time I would fall asleep. No time I could actually go through the movie. And I actually talked to other people, and guess what? They
also said the same
also
thing.
fell asleep. Yes, they're so bad. And for example, I'm a fan of Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, and she likes the Hobbit movies. And I was like, girl, you lost me there.
I'm like, oh, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe, unfollow.
Reported.
But I mean, I guess also like all of the characters, like I appreciate a lot where they did for Arwen, in the Lord of the Rings movies, because her character doesn't have that same role in the books. But I mean, Tolkien, the times he was living, he was kind of a misogynist too. Not that I held him against it. It was just
Was it
like
like
victim.
1930s, right?
Yeah, because it was like World War II, so
Mhm.
30s, 40s. So I don't hold him against it. So when they came and actually gave Arwen, this role that is one of a male elf, I actually thinks it works
Oh,
wonderful.
really?
Yeah, like she never goes to rescue Frodo or is in the forest. She's a princess. What is she gonna be randomly on the woods?
She's a princess. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, whatever the F she wants is obeying her father. But anyhow,
Get back to your room.
I do love how they adapted. But I mean, having Legolas and then this Evangeline Lilly, right? Those characters never existed in The Hobbit. I mean, the dwarves are not handsome, good-looking people. Like,
They almost look like normal people.
exactly, they look
Like the main, like the one that was with the love interest. It's like he looks rather like normal looking. No,
yeah,
compared to,
they're
like,
not
Gimli.
dwarves. They were just making them like super handsome, so the elf can fall in love with. And I'm like, I'm not
it would
telling
have
them.
been. I actually would have forgiven it if they were like, like the one with the really like long beard. That's like, right?
Yeah,
It's like a
Gimli.
weird.
Or like,
Right?
because dwarfs are supposed to be, hey, Tarot Oracle, they're supposed to be,
Oh,
like
hello.
grungy and like hard and not Hollywood
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah. No.
So again,
no,
that's
no.
just whitewashing, consumism, stereotypes,
Mhm,
beauty
mhm.
stereotypes.
So the T is that Peter Jackson didn't know what the hell to do with the movies.
But I don't like he was so loyal to the material of Lord of the Rings, and he did such a wonderful job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how he was
How it
sold
passes
out.
it? Yeah.
Why
wonder
is he
what it-
sold out for The Hobbit? I don't understand it.
I don't know. I think
They got to him, like they
watch
told him
watch
the
the
right
series.
number.
Watch the video series by Lindsay Ellis.
Okay,
Yeah.
link it,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe
He goes into all of it. Like there were days where everybody got into costume and they filmed nothing. Hours of makeup and costuming for nothing.
for nothing.
I'm like, girl.
Yeah, no. I'm searching for it so you can eat.
Let me see.
Is it Lindsay with E or an A? E, right?
Here, I got it.
Okay. No, it's actually an A.
Oh, you got it? Oh no, that's one of the things I hate about the YouTube app is when you copy a link and you to share it, it has this little pop-up notification at the bottom that says
She has
copied
part
link.
3 of 2. What the F?
Oh yeah, yeah, because it's like she had more to say, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna link just the first one.
Yeah, I already linked it. It's a whole like she like even goes to like New Zealand and all that.
What do you mean she goes to New Zealand?
She travels to New Zealand like on a vacation with her friend. They go, because that's where they filmed it with all the green screen.
No, but you mean Lindsay went to New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
She herself, like, yeah. You'll see. Watch the video and you'll see.
I mean, they're long.
Like 3 hours? No, 4 hours, right?
No, not the movies. I'm saying like Lindsay's videos.
Oh.
One is 36 minutes, the other one is 34, the other one is 30.
I love her channel.
I like her. But I'm very off YouTube these days.
Just have it on in the background and listen. That's what I found that I'm doing a lot. And most of the time I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should look into like investing into YouTube Premium, so I can have my phone locked and, listen to whatever, I'm listening to.
To actually pay?
Hmm.
I just
How
do
much
it
is it a
like,
month?
I don't know, but I just do it on the web and I have all these blockers, so I don't get stupid publicity.
Hmm. So wait, what are you eating? You're like, I'm not eating anything.
What am I reading?
What are you eating? Are you eating anything or no?
No, I ate rice with veggies and chips.
Okay. Not
And
as bad
then
as what I'm doing.
that was good. And then for dessert, I had. Oh, I was eating before. I was having dulce de leche, Yum, yum, which is a typical Mexican candy, and it's really good. It's like fudge, kind of, but like natural.
I know. I got it in my mind.
No, I know you know, but I mean, for the
Oh
audience.
yeah. For the uncultured.
Count yourself out on culture. Not everyone has to know about Mexican culture.
We're literally, it's the neighbors. Hello.
Hello.
This land is Mexico's land. Okay? We were
So wait.
robbed.
What's a shawarma? What was in that like crust? Was that cheese?
It was just the bread. I dipped it in this
Oh.
like cucumber thing sauce.
Seems good.
It's pretty much like, okay. So it's pretty much they get like the bread. It's almost like almost
pita
like
bread?
The pita bread. They cut it, they open it, they
Mhm,
stuff it
mhm.
with like chicken and veggies and I don't know what else. No, they just put chicken in here. Girl, you know what? I ain't mad at it.
No veggies? Yum.
No, thank you. No, I don't want a regular bathroom cycle. Thank you.
I don't want to be healthy.
Yeah, I don't want to be healthy. No. Fiber who? The bread has fiber, right?
Oh, we missed you, Christy.
Where have you been? What's good, Christy? Christy, what's your email so we can bring you onto the chat?
Yeah, you should join the chat.
And you too, Star Oracle. We'll have a little impromptu TT&T. Why? Annika, if you're watching, you've been replaced.
I was gonna say, wait, what did you replace them? Like, and actually, it's like target audience, no? Like, you replace them with Tarot Oracle. So you replace Y for Tarot Oracle and Anaki for Christy. Or maybe the other way around.
It'll be the whitewashed version.
No offense to the dear white people.
Yeah, no offense. Well, maybe full offense. I'm just kidding.
But actually, yeah.
Hmm.
Like, you don't have to share your face. I don't share it. I just share an icon with a pretty picture from almost 3 years ago. Because I never do makeup except like once a year. Did you just maybe whitewash? Well, we said that we were whitewashing the TTNT.
Because it's like Mexicans and Asians and
So Asians got replaced by.
look at that. You know what? She can come on. She can join. Imagine.
Let's have the whole family.
Yeah. Have them all on,
You know what? I'm actually going to start playing D&D, but actually the version that is CNC with some work people.
Wait, what is it? CNC? What's it called? What would that be?
CNC is... Wait, I need to open that email.
Or is it like... Or is that just like the Spanish? No, it wouldn't be.
No.
What's the version in Spanish?
I'm playing with Americans from work. Since they are doing it online... Castles and Crusades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that. But I'm torn because he's like, here is a PDF, but you don't need to read it. Like, in fact, don't. I'm like, then
Wait,
why do you
wait,
say it?
then why'd you send it?
So like here's the temptation, but don't do it because it's better if you don't know anything about it. I'm like, okay,
I'm like, I'm gonna read it.
exactly. I'm like, okay, so should I read it? Should I not?
You told me not. They told the Libra not to read it, girl.
When he means a GM, because I know you have like the dungeon master,
Yeah, and they know like where everything can go, and right?
but what's a GM?
Game master?
Game master. There you go.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know about all that. I've seen like people play Dungeons and Dragons. Hilarious. Love it. I would like to play it. But also my social anxiety says, "Oh, don't do it."
Why? Because that's too much social.
Maybe, I don't know. Too expressive, I don't know. Something about it.
He says, like, my most memorable D&D adventure was my first one when I knew nothing about the rules and just followed the story. So I think maybe I should not read anything.
Also, it's like spoilers, it's like, so you can okay, then why'd he send a PDF?
And one of the coolest things is like one of the characters is Blade, the paladin of the goddess Freya. I'm like, oof, pagans. There we go.
Wait, who? Blade? What?
But I mean, this is risky because this is work people, so I cannot say like, yeah, I'm a witch, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was actually introducing myself to like a guy that I met on these online apps, but we met like years ago. I don't do them anymore, but I think we have been on and off talking like for 4 or 5 years. So he was like, "Oh, let's reintroduce ourselves." I'm like, "Yeah," and that's the day that Signal was having a ton of issues. So I risked it and I said like, "Hey, I'm Lucy Peralta. I studied this. I'm also a witch. Blah 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 blah," and then message fails. Like it didn't send. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this as a sign from the universe that.
I'd be like, no. I'd be like, I'd try one more time, and if it didn't let me, then I would be like, oh.
No, because I was thinking like, if it doesn't go for some reason, then I should take it as like, no, don't expose this side of you. Because I mean, we have been talking forever, but it's just those people that you talk forever, but there is nothing meaningful, like. So it's one of those like, yeah, hey, how's it going? Yeah, how things for you? Is it everyone safe with the pandemic?
I don't mess around with that. I just don't have it all.
So you don't have those casual conversations with people, just like.
That's small talk. I don't need to waste my data on that.
Calm yourself down, Data.
Still though, it's
Dungeon Master, yeah. So CM. Oh no, GM.
I'm assuming
it's
GM
Game Master.
Right? Game Master, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't stand for the C and C, so I would say Game Master.
Right.
Yeah.
I get, but it's like, I mean, like I've seen like Dungeons and Dragons, like they don't necessarily go in like a dungeon and they don't necessarily see a dragon, So it's like, so why the name change? Like I need to know.
I don't know.
What is the truth? Look into the PDF.
The surface people. Yeah, it's just super casual. And it's like, you don't mind talking to them, but it's nothing meaningful, so why bother? Like this guy, like because I usually I'm like, hey Zach, hey Christy, hey, your name, insert your name here. He would never, ever, ever call me by my name.
What would he call you?
He just didn't use my name. He didn't use it. He said
like, sup, bruh?
I'm like, I was like, do you know my name? And then he was like, yeah, let's reintroduce each other. I was like, what? What if we have been talking like for 4 or 5 years?
Pobrecito.
Exactly. And I was like, but my name is, because we use like WhatsApp first. So I'm pretty sure my name is in the WhatsApp thing.
Right? Your name should show up.
Exactly. There was like, even if you didn't, save my number or anything.
The name is like the icon. It's, you don't
right
have to
there.
put it in.
Exactly. He sounds like a freak and not in a good way. No, I mean he's actually really nice, but it's just like a surface, as you said it, Chrissy, like a surface people.
Yeah, I
Which
can't
I'm
deal with the
like,
surface people.
and then he says like, "Oh yeah, maybe one day I can travel and we can meet in person." And I'm like,
How about we
yeah,
don't?
exactly. Like, are we still pretending that's gonna happen? Like, let's
How
not.
about how about you stay in your country? I'll stay in mine.
I don't even, I don't even know if like he is real. Like, if he's actually, I'm pretty sure I'm talking to someone, not a robot.
Right.
But I don't know if he's actually a guy. Like, he says he's a guy from Germany. I think he's around my age. I don't know if any of those things are true.
You know when you tell them nine, you know?
Because I'm like, it's so easy to lie on the internet, and maybe it's not such a common thing anymore. But I was
Nah,
around
I
for
don't
the
think
first chats, and
if it wasn't real, it would be more like a scammer, and they'd be like, "Oh, I need money for a passport or something," you know. It
yeah,
wouldn't be, and it'd be more like intentions for like a romantic thing. That's what they do.
but
Ask.
I did have a stalker ex-boyfriend. So what if it's one of like a stalker ex-boyfriend? I'm like,
Yeah, I think it would like. I think you'd pick up on like how they write and how they talk. You know how they communicate.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, maybe. But again, we don't really talk much. It's just like one random message every week. So there's no like conversation per se.
Yeah, and so it's like, why be like, oh, maybe we'll visit? I'd be like, what? Don't talk that much. Like, what? So you can come visit, say, hey, how's the weather?
Exactly. And I can say like, oh, just go outside. It's raining.
Yeah. Look at that. Exactly.
Surface people are not my people. Yeah, I mean, I I understand like surface things to a degree, because also when people start to overshare right away, it
That's
also
also like, whoa.
and I actually, when I get really nervous, I overshare, which I've done in this channel. Like,
Yeah.
For sure I did that in TTNT. For sure I did that when I was having like casual meetings with college friends or with work friends. I always overshare, and I'm like, Lucy, don't do that. And I know I do it because I'm nervous, and it's my coping mechanism. But I also don't like to overshare when you don't really know the people. Like,
Yeah.
you have one, like, I don't want to say a number of, but you have like a bunch of surface conversations, interactions, and then something clicks. No, like you actually start trusting the people. Like I actually trust you now, Zach, but we didn't trust each other right away. No, because that would also be freaky. Like, I don't even know you. Why are you sharing all these things? No, about you, like, I don't know. Small
Absolutely.
book is small you.
Which I go back to like when I met my ex-girlfriend. We were just classmates and we just hung out. It was just the two of us talking, and just naturally like how the conversation just went on and on. You know? It's like I haven't had that in like forever. I'm like, so when I'm back out there in the dating game, you know, looking for my man, you know, I expect that, you know. You know, it's like if we can't talk about shit, like what we gonna talk about, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with some people you click right away or not. Because I only talked to 2 people from like my app life that was like, again, like 4 or 5 years ago. And one guy, I actually thought we had been talking for a while, and I was like, let's just meet. Like, I was like the next day or the same day, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch like a friend that she's gonna perform at this place. Like, she was gonna sing. So she was my teacher, and I wanted to see her, and I didn't want to go alone. So I was like, do you want to tag along? And he was like, yeah, but I actually thought like we had been chatting for a while. Then I realized we hadn't been chatting for a while at all. So we just met right away. But it was,
But
but
did it pay
somehow.
off though?
Sorry, what?
Did it like pay off? It's really it felt natural though, right?
It felt very natural. Like, I actually thought we had been talking for a while. It was me, like searching the conversation. I was like, oh,
Oh
like,
wait a minute, we just started talking last week.
Because usually before I met someone, I would have, I don't know, like maybe 3, 4 conversations, before saying like, oh yes, here's my number, or let's meet each other. But I don't know why with him it was, I don't know, it just felt comfortable. And to the day we talk, and we don't talk every day. At some point we actually talked very often. We don't talk that often now, but it's meaningful, It's not how's the weather.
You don't regret it. You don't like look back at it and cringe.
I don't regret any, not even the surface level, because it's surface, but it's kind
That's
of like
true. You can't blame the surface conversations for being surfacey. It's like there's no way to break that ice. Look, here's all the veggies at the bottom.
So there were veggies.
There were just girl. Oh, child. Here we go.
Yeah. For the veggies.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just no. I'm just kidding.
Eat them. They're good for you.
You don't want to. I'm just kidding. No, I should.
She sounded like Sammy Menso, like she makes that sound, I think. I haven't heard her podcast in forever.
Here have I need to.
I was so tired of just YouTube in general that I was like, I don't.
Not me. I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, no. But for example, I remember like I used to watch you all the time, and I will feel really, really bad when I couldn't watch you. Now when I cannot watch you because you're always going live when I cannot watch you, I'm like, yeah, whatever. No offense, but I'm like, yeah, let it go. Like, I cannot be.
No, like no hard feelings at all. I'm just, I'm gonna remove your moderator status. I'm just
gonna end this conversation right now.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
I'm gonna continue, but I'm just gonna kick Lucy out of this chat.
Tarot Oracle, you want to hop on instead?
No, seriously, we should have like Tarot Oracle and Queen of Shabbos join. It would be fun if it's like 4 months.
I know. If only she wasn't so scheduled, like, girl. Why doesn't your life revolve around mine? Like, what's wrong?
Just for a few minutes.
Like I said, she can come on. Though, now that you're saying, I wanted to touch on that. Yeah, that your son's girlfriend, that you've turned her on to tarot, girl, converting people. Like, I wish I could do that.
I'll be right back.
Like I try. Oh, where's she going? Where'd she go?
To turn on the light. I'll be right back.
So, girl, how'd that happen? Like, how many decks does she have? How is her collecting going? How is your collection going? For some reason, you don't like Baba decks, girl. Girl, we got to talk about that. You and Lucy are going to be best friends.
We are best friends. We don't like Baba decks.
Wait, what? Y'all don't like Baba decks? Y'all barely on YouTube, girl.
But wait, converting someone to tarot is not converting them to tarot addiction.
No.
I
disagree. If you don't have, like I said, if you don't have like 30 tarot decks, and you're even 30? A tarot reader, I'm just kidding.
30 is your number. Even you went low.
And that like.
You went really low.
Yeah.
You could say low. Like, if you don't have 30 decks on your car all the time.
If you don't have 30 decks out of storage.
If you don't have 30 decks on your table at all times.
Out of their box, all shuffled up,
Yeah, by the way, Tarot Oracle, have you ever shared your number? I don't know. Has he shared his number?
I think I do have it. I don't know if I don't know where the email is. I kept meaning to talk about it. Never got around to it.
Yeah, what's your number? Is anyone comfortable sharing numbers? Queen of Shovels talking about the deep stuff, the oversharing. How many decks do you have? I'm so happy that I paced myself. Like, I've only gotten one deck this year. I'm like, and it's February. It's amazing. It feels amazing. Zach, we're losing you to the
What's
phone.
that? I'm sorry. I'm looking up the message. I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean number? Wait, what?
Yeah, your deck number.
Oh, my deck number. I'm like, I thought you were talking about like Tarot Oracle. I'm like, the Tarot Oracle comment? Is that a slip? A mental slip? What is that?
Yeah, Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. There we go, girl. I think I have like, I'm sure like, I'm well into the hundreds. I'm sure like the 200s.
But I thought you were like going out of the 200s into the 300s.
Was I?
I don't know. I
don't
thought
wanna look it up.
so.
Because I got a big old tub. I got these boxes. They're all right here. I don't know if you guys can see them. Look at that.
But are you like all your decks are with you? No decks are
Most
left
of them.
at your other
Most of them.
house?
Like 99% of them are here.
99. Which? Now I'm curious. Which ones you left behind?
The Hush Tarot, Circo Tarot, the Stunning Tarot by Konasa House. What's the other one? I can't remember. There's a few others, but those like stood out to me. Like I left you behind. There's quite a few that Natalia sent me that look really cool, but I'm like, I'm not going to read with these. That's one of the things that why I brought them with me is like, I'm going to read with these. These are the ones that I want to reach for and look at and shuffle and use, you know? But the other ones, I was like, not really. Hush Tarot, I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
Look at Christy. Like she has like 50 plus 20, so not even 100.
I don't know that. Let me see. A few from Kickstarter. Girl, I'm so excited.
I also have a few from Kickstarter. You know what? The sad thing is, like, Botan Tarot hasn't arrived, and it's been like over 6 months.
Coming to you. It's
No.
box is right there, girl.
Yeah, but she had to replace it because, like, the shipping to Mexico just. But FYI, if you are ever shipping to not only to Mexico but to any country that is not your own country, make sure that your shipping is tracked. Like seriously. So anything that starts with a U, hello Americans who rule the world, U stands for untracked. So don't do that. Don't ship anything without a tracking number or something that starts with a U. Just FYI, because most likely your package is gonna get lost, especially like in this COVID world.
I would. Yeah, I just ordered a deck from. I think it's from Europe. It's that. I think I shared it. It's that weird black and white Marseille deck.
I don't know.
No, you'll see it when it comes in.
Okay.
Beautiful. Oh, gorgeous.
You like the French one, like the one Dustin likes, I believe. No, that's not just black and white. It's like Tarot Noir.
No, not that. No, fuck that deck. That's not beautiful. No, this deck blows
cool.
Tarot Noir out of the water. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, for example, like Botan Tarot was sent to me in August, beginning of August.
From the Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, it hasn't arrived to this day. August.
Tragic.
And the problem is, like, she had a tracking number, quote unquote, but it's untracked, so.
So what is the truth?
So there is no tracking.
Like it stops tracking after it crosses the border?
Actually, it got lost, you know? It now says level created, not yet in the system. Maybe because of the new year. I don't even know. It used to say that it was sent to Mexico, but like Mexico doesn't track it because it starts with a U, so
Hmm.
it doesn't even show in their system.
Interesting.
But you Google it and it says
Oh
like
well,
anything that
can't
starts
relate.
with a U, it's on track.
I'm like, I can't relate. Every single deck I've gotten has been received, except for the one I sent to Y, which is my fault because I didn't tape the damn package. I still cannot get over that.
What do you mean? You sent something to Y and it got lost? Seriously? Which deck? You cannot say? Is that an out of print deck? No, seriously?
Guess
It
what?
is an out of print? It's not Delphi, right?
No. Oh, no. He already has Delphi. I can go send him
He
another
already
one.
has 2 of those.
Yeah, he has 2. He has more than me. I deserve another Delphi.
Which deck? Come on, come clean.
It's from AGM.
Oh, like Roots of Asia? You sent him Roots of Asia and it got lost. And it was your only copy of Roots of Asia? But you didn't tape the box and it was not tracked?
It was a bubble package. It was tracked. The package got to him. I sent him 2 decks. I sent him the Roots of Asia and the Arcana of Astrology, the indie version.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tape it. I thought the USPS would tape it shut, seeing that it wasn't closed. You know, I thought I should have said something, but I didn't, like an idiot.
Well, yeah, why would they tape it? They are not taping your packages.
Now the world of tape, they do it there. I thought they would catch it. I thought they,
No,
said again, but only
you
if I
have
said-
to tape everything yourself.
they'll tape it. Girl, they even tape. They pasted the freaking tracking label sticker on it for me. Girl, they can tape the fucking package. They had the roll of tape there for that purpose.
No, it's not their responsibility. It's yours.
I know. And that's why I should have let them know, hey, at least, or hey, can I have the tape? You know what I mean? Something.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, why got an empty package?
He only got the
So-
bubble wrap. The 2 decks got lost?
They fell. it wasn't sealed shut, girl.
Oh my god, who would... But you don't, like... It was sitting at his door?
The package got to him in his mail, but it was empty because they got lost along the way because it wasn't sealed shut. It wasn't taped. It wasn't,
So,
They
nobody...
got lost along the way. They fell out, and so the people freaking just delivered the empty package. I'm like, what? But here's the thing: USPS can't open your mail.
Yeah,
That's tampering with mail. And that's a federal offense. So.
exactly.
So
But
that's probably why they didn't really check, because that would have been
tampering.
But
it's not even... No one even
still,
told them. They just fell.
they fell. They got lost, and they're probably because there's a lost and found thing. There's a lost and found.
Or in the trash.
Probably they're like, what is this? Que pinches brujerías? They bring this away.
Oh my god.
I hope not. Oh god, I hope they're so we can't file a claim until 15 days after. But the thing is that I'm pretty sure they're gonna see the tracking number says it was delivered. No, wasn't. It's an empty package.
But see, you just bubble wrap it and put a label on it on the 2 decks?
No, it was the bubble padded envelope, one of those.
Uh-huh.
So it was, and I sent that. I sent it, but I didn't tape it.
Oh my god, so you're ridiculous. How come you didn't tape it?
I didn't have any tape here.
Get some tape. People get tape to Zach.
People say, I imagine I get giant boxes of tape. I'm like, no. Here, so it never happens again. So It was okay. So because I reused an envelope, an old envelope from another deck. I think which one was it? I think it was even from the Architect Tarot. From that deck. So I reused it.
Oh, so this
So,
was
like,
recent.
yeah, for his birthday.
Oh,
I sent it for his birthday. I was like,
we said happy
I-
birthday to him, right? No.
no, that was my birthday gift. I'm like, that's me saying happy birthday.
Oops, I forgot.
Happy birthday, why if you're watching.
Happy birthday. No, we did. No.
It does, and yes, Christy, it does have like it does, but once you open it again, it loses its stickiness,
Mm-hmm.
So I have to close it, tape it, so it stays shut, and then it can be delivered. But I didn't tape it because there was no tape. I should have said something at the USPS and be like, "Hey, can you tape that shut? Also, it's not closed,"
Oh my God, we didn't say happy birthday to Y. I remember asking when it was his birthday.
I'm like, he's on the cusp.
Yeah, it was the. When was it?
It was on the 19th, 20 something, January 19th.
In the 20th. Yeah.
Yeah, because I sent it on I sent the mail. I sent the package on the 23rd. As like a late birthday gift, and you should have said something.
Yeah.
So there we are.
So we're like almost 2 weeks late
What?
to congratulate him.
Go ahead. How old is he now? 15?
Shh. We don't know. He's like 15.
15 or 50 or 60?
He's gonna listen to this and lash at you.
I don't know. He's not here, so. I honestly don't know how old he is, so that's why I'm like kind of joking about it. And the envelope could have been hugs and kisses. I wish. I didn't even throw that in there.
Oh my gosh.
Girl. I try to do something nice. And look at how the universe repays me.
Well, you were
It's my own
not careful.
incompetence.
Yeah.
It was my own incompetence.
I agree.
The universe! Wasn't me. I never mess up. I never make any mistakes.
Some client told me like I'd rather be happy than right. I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
I'm like, but I'm always right.
So you're never happy?
No, I'm not. Maybe she has something there. Okay, she's getting somewhere. No, I can't do that. No, I'd rather be right and depressed.
I'd rather be depressed.
Mercury retrograde, maybe. No, it was a while before Mercury went into retrograde. Who knows?
Mercury just went into retrograde. No, like,
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm surprised this Wi-Fi is like, this live stream is going well.
Because I mean, people freak out about Mercury retrograde, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's an inconvenience. Like I said, with like messaging and like failed messages or like Wi-Fi not connecting right. But really, it's like,
But also like travel.
oh, that's true. So maybe some car accident. Oops, I'm just kidding. Just be careful going backwards, maybe.
Be careful going back.
Just look behind you.
Like,
Watch where you're going.
Turn to that stupid X.
Yeah.
COVID is not worth it. I have a moral dilemma. I don't think people involved in this are ever gonna watch, but I have. So I'm doing, like witchy things with a couple friends, and their landlord recently passed away
R.I.P.
of COVID.
R.I.P. You should have gotten a vaccinator. Just kidding. Go on.
Talk about those things. I mean,
I know.
I'm sorry about their loss and rest in peace. So this friend actually asked me to help him do a Passover ritual.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know because I mean I don't. I mean I'm not like super afraid, but I also think this is like too risky and almost a bit selfish to ask. Like I have never officiated a Passover. I have maybe a slightest idea of what it takes. No, like what's
What
the
to
ritual
do,
like?
and yeah,
And I do want to support my friend, but this is for someone I didn't know, and this
right,
is for someone who was exposed to COVID and died because of it.
right.
And I was like, "Do you mean it's just us?" And he's like, "No, like their relative will be there." I'm like, shouldn't they be quarantined? And they're like, "Oh, they were already quarantined, and they
And,
just."
like, how long ago was this passed away? What are they doing out there? Oh my God, sorry. How
That's
long? Oh,
okay.
when did he pass away?
So this person just passed away like days ago, and
When was he
apparently
diagnosed?
they were
Rather,
diagnosed like at the beginning of the month, like early January,
hmm. I
and then
mean,
this person died of complications. But I'm like, am I being a bitch because I want to quarantine them,
no, it's you're being safe. That's
right?
it's like I would say test them as well. You know, everybody get tested.
Well,
It's
apparently, I mean, what they are telling me is like they already got discharged from the hospital,
mm-hmm.
but somehow that doesn't feel safe to me.
I mean, if yeah, it's like if it's they're safe, but I don't know about all that.
Exactly, and I'm like, well, I think it also puts me in a weird position, no? Because it's like it's not my job to do these things. I do want to support my friend, but also, like, why are you asking me to risk this for someone I don't know?
That is true.
And it's
That's
not
also
like I want to see my family, and my family includes my grandmother who is 80 plus. Like
yeah, and it's
every time
like
I expose myself, I think of her.
right, right. It, I no, I wouldn't do it.
Yes, exactly. A stranger is a stranger. I'm like, I'm sorry for their loss. No one they care
Mhm.
about her, and it was a
Yeah,
friend.
if
Yeah,
they want
but
to do that, they can find another person that can offer those services safely. You know.
yeah. But I cannot shake the feeling that I'm being a bitch. It's like, am I just being a bitch?
No, I don't think you're being a bitch. I think you're setting a boundary. You know.
Yeah. I was actually gonna pull cards. Can we pull cards? Like in this life?
I mean, sure. I mean, I just said like no readings because for like the chat, to
Ah,
scare away all the people that are like, what does so and so think about me? I'm like, I'm not doing that right now.
they don't think about you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. They're like, who?
I actually have the Star Tarot right now.
Oh, girl, here, let me clean my area.
For the
All
shawarma
full
and
of chicken
pizza.
and sauce and yeah, all greasy.
Mm.
So I don't have to get like moldy food off my decks. No, thank you.
Yeah. Also I was doing a reading like for a friend,
Uh-huh.
and like we were telling like, oh yeah, so this card and in this context this is this, and he will go to the book, like to the little white book that comes with the deck. And I was like, are you listening to us, or are you just gonna look to the book? And I got a
Oh,
little
there's no
offended.
shame. There's no shame in that.
No, but it was like he was distrusting us and just going to the book
Oh, he
and
was
like,
like fact checking you.
yeah, I'm like,
Honey, you can't fact check a tarot reading. That's the thing.
and I was like, if you're gonna check the book, then do the reading by yourself. Why are you asking me to read it?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
like, and I was doing it for free, so I was like, this is the last
Right.
time I do a reading for free, like for a friend, like no more.
Yeah.
What is a deck suckers?
It's the Ostara tarot, like you said. 'Cause
Yay!
it's a deck I barely use.
But we love it.
Well,
These are
I don't
probably
know if
my
I love
favorite
it.
backs. No, these seriously are probably my favorite backs ever.
They are beautiful though.
And the only thing, are you still alive? We are. And we said, happy birthday. Sorry, wait, that's so long
Oh,
ago. I remember being like December last year, and I was like, when is my birthday? When is Wine's birthday? When is Wine's birthday? And I was like, making sure I like wrote it down everywhere. And then I was like, wait, it already was? When? And I just checked my calendar, and I was like, I'm 2 weeks late. It's like, I'm sorry, wait, happy birthday.
hi, why? I wish I could say well, I meant to say happy birthday with that package, but I just retold the story.
Of Zach not knowing
Ah,
how to wrap a package.
yeah. And I'm usually good at it, but it's like because we didn't have any tape and I wanted to send it out then. I should have waited. There's so many should haves I could have done, but you know what?
But you could also have
Stay on
asked
the
for
hunt.
tape at the post office.
That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done.
Or staple it, or
That would have
glue
even worked
it,
too.
or-
We don't even have a stapler here either, girl. Ooh, girl.
I just gave a staple to my grandmother because she wanted a staple.
Send me a stapler. Throw a stapler in that box of jacks you're sending my way.
Okay, shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Okay,
So what is this reading for? What are we reading for?
I'm reading for me. So I'm gonna ask, the two scenario. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards for one scenario, 3 cards for the other scenario. So one scenario is, what if I actually do this ritual with my friend? No? How does it look like, the situation? And then, how does it look if I don't do it? No, taking into account copying and safety. And I feel I'm being put on the spot. Like, I don't think this is a fair ask. But anyhow. So I'm doing that.
So wait, why am I shuffling?
You can
Hold
pull one card as well for me to clarify.
Okay.
Bless you.
Ostara Tarot. Why?
I'll start.
And hello, Donnie P. And Christy, shouldn't you be with your son's girlfriend right now, teaching her the ways of tarot?
I actually got good cards if I do it. Interesting. So, if I do it, I got the Chariot, Temperance, and the 3 of Wands. And if I don't do it, I got the Hermit, the Hanged Man, and the 4 of Coins. So I think I should definitely do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if you don't do it, it's like seclusion, keeping to yourself,
Torturing
not doing
myself.
much. Yeah, letting
feeling
go of the situation. Yeah. 6 of Coins.
If I do it?
Oh, I just drew it, and it's a 6 of Coins. And to
What
me,
was the
it's like
question?
you said for clarification. I said,
Oh.
girl,
Balance.
for me, it's like balance, giving the balance, keeping things in balance and making things go as they should. I think you should, I think what it's saying is that you need to get something out of it as well. You're putting your health and safety at risk, and you're doing a service for these people.
Yeah, because I also got Temperance.
All right,
No.
you gotta, yeah.
I love this Temperance card, by the way.
Oh, right. Let me see if I can find it. It's with like all the animal, like the.
Yeah, like the animals on top
Yeah.
and at the bottom. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, let me see so people can see. What was yeah, you got the Hermit, you said?
Well, if not, I got the Hermit, the Hanged Man, 4 of Coins. If not. And if we do, Chariot, Temperance, and the 3 of Wands. Also this 3 of Wands with the frog being like away from this, it's telling me like, yeah, but keep your distance. I think that's also
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
like-
conduct it via Zoom or StreamYard.
I don't know, maybe being safe with all like wearing masks and all.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not in the water here. Let's see. Hold What was the other cards you said? The Hermit and the Chariot and the Four of Coins.
Hmm.
Where are you? I'm like, there's a 3. You got the Hanged Man as well, right?
Hmm.
Oh, the Four of Coins is with the bunny, right? The rabbit.
Hmm. The rabbit. And like the ship,
Uh,
like the pirate rabbit.
yeah.
You know, the only problem with this deck that I have is like it's the collaboration of 4 people, and there is one suit that I don't like that much, and it's what one of these artists. I think that's my only problem. I
mhm.
like the major arcana, most of them I love, and 3 suits, but just one suit is the one that I don't like much.
Right. Let's see. What were the cards? You got the Hermit.
If
the
not,
Four of
the
Coins.
Hermit, the Hangman, 4 of Coins.
Okay, and then the other one was the oh yeah, Temperance. That's the card I'm looking for.
Yeah, the Chariot, Temperance, 3 of Wands.
Let's see.
So I think I should definitely do it. What is the suit that I don't like? The suit that I think it's Coins the one. No, but Coins? I mean,
No, I don't think they did it like that. I think they, or did they?
yeah, each one
Do you
did
have the
a
guidebook with
suit.
you?
Each one did a suit and they divided the major arcana. I have the guidebook. Yep, but I'm pretty sure as well. Yeah, look, it like the first like content says it. Wands illustrated by Julia Iredale. Coins
Mhm.
illustrated by Molly Applejohn. Cups illustrated by Eden Cook. Swords illustrated by Krista Gibbard.
So is it Applejohn that needs to get her shit together?
I'm not sure. I'm looking like which is the one that I don't like.
Oh, look at them. Oh. Ring, ring,
Got a
hello.
call. It's probably my friend. Oh no. Let's see who it is. Let me answer. Let's see. Bueno. ¿Sí? Ajá. No, pero ¿dónde están ubicados? I think this was a pizza scam.
A what scam?
Pizza scam. I got called and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we're calling from this pizzeria and you have a coupon. Can I take your order?" I'm like, "But where are you located?" Because, like, the name of the... So she was apparently from Benedetto's Pizza. Benedetto's Pizza was, like, right across the corner of my street and they closed it. And I'm like, "Where are you calling from?" And she's like, "Oh, thank you, bye." I'm like,
Oh.
what the F?
They're like, oh no, she's on to us.
I don't know. That was weird.
That was crazy. Maybe it's because we were talking. Maybe it's because I was talking about pizza. Because I had a pizza right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Google's on to us.
Oh, I hate it. I hate WhatsApp now. And I'm convincing people to switch to Signal. And they're like, well, Signal is the same. They're just going to sell your information. I was like,
no, they're not.
I was like, maybe at some point they are, but there's a difference. Like WhatsApp is
right now. Yeah,
right now, and
Yeah.
Signal is not. So
yeah, I know
Just by that,
Signal. I think it's like, I think there's another app. I think it's Viber that also like protects something else that doesn't. I can't remember what.
I saw a comment that someone was mad that Signal doesn't prevent from screenshot. And I was like, if you're a cheater, a screenshot or no screenshot is not going to save you.
I actually would prefer the screenshots.
Like not having screenshots, like Netflix and those shows.
Yeah, that's media. That's one thing. I can kind of get that, but it's like, girl, Netflix, just let us make gifs out of your freaking shitty shows.
What's the deal if you can take a screenshot of the conversation or not? I was like, if you're a cheater,
Only if you're like, if you have,
you.
yeah, if you have something to hide, just go on to like one that like deletes after it's read,
Yeah, but even then they could take a quick screenshot, right?
Yeah, go for an app for that. Don't use they're not gonna. No one's gonna accommodate for that because. Let me
Or
tell you,
share-
screenshots.
Share a video, share an audio, share a disappearing audio.
Right? Talk. You don't have to message. Like, be on the phone.
Yeah.
Use code. Like say you're talking about you're I don't know taking care of some bill or something.
I don't know why, but I like my spidey sense right away went like, this is a cheater. And I was just like,
for sure, it's like they have something to hide, the
Exactly.
disloyalty.
But it didn't sound like I have something to hide because like from the government or like my safety. It sounded like I have something to hide because I'm cheating on my wife.
I'm like, if the government was spying on us, if you wanted to prevent that, too bad.
Yeah.
They have the technology to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I have another question that I've been wanting to ask.
What?
So it's about my grandma getting vaccine. I actually am pro-vaccine, and I think we should get vaccinated, but I don't know if right away, because I don't know if we're like instilling the guinea pig thing, like guinea pig trials.
Right.
I definitely don't want my grandmother to be a guinea pig. So I'm like, when you have your shit together, then you get her the vaccine. Like, you're not gonna experiment on her.
I think it's listen to that podcast I told you about.
No, so my question is gonna be like, is it better? Well, not is it better. Like, how does the outcome looks if she gets vaccinated right away, and how does it look if she waits a few months? What, you don't like my question? It's my question.
Let's see. Because I don't know, maybe they'll like have like an updated version within a few months.
Yeah. So how does it look now? Ooh, 8 of Swords girl. The Hermit again. What's with the Hermit? 3 of Swords. Definitely not now.
They are unsure of the long-term effects. So yes, we are getting.
If
Yeah,
we
they're like
wait-
it's safe. It's like it's safe enough that it won't kill you, but what happens
gonna
later
suffer.
on?
Okay, if we wait, this looks so much better. I got the 8 of coins. I was gonna say the 8 of pentacles, but whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I did get the 5 of swords with the snake.
Hmm.
Oh, and I got the sun.
Hmm.
So definitely wait a few months.
Let's see. Let me draw 2 cards. One for waiting and one for getting in now.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see what my copy of the star says.
Well, your copy of the star says.
Yeah, probably better because I shuffled it better.
Oh, come on.
Hey, I gave you that 6 of coins. You got to charge him, okay?
Oh, see?
Charge him for his firstborn for your services. Go full witch. Full stereotypical witch.
I don't care about firstborns. Wait, like, it's gonna be my sex slave? Maybe. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Reading what Donnie says, like, he actually got the mandatory vaccine in the service, and they don't know about the long-term effects, so they are guinea pigs.
Well, Donnie, let us know about the symptoms,
No, on one hand, I'm glad that they're getting vaccination, like for the medical staff, for the military staff. I think that's a plan. But on the other hand, if you are still on trials, that's not cool. Like, you should not experiment with people.
You should really listen to that podcast. This podcast will kill you. They interview like people who went under like the experiment. They went under the test. For the vaccine and all that. I recommend it. Let's see. You see, Donnie says he feels fine so far. Let's see.
What?
Of course, it makes more sense now.
What you got?
Page of Pentacles.
4
and
yes?
7 of Swords.
Which one?
I think this one's for waiting. And
For
this
waiting?
and this one is for getting it now. I think there's still some things that aren't clear. Things may not be as they see. I would say stick with what you know and stick with what's safe. Take the safe route, I would say.
So for waiting is a page of what?
Page of Pentacles, I would say.
Oh, yeah, definitely wait.
Yeah.
And the Seven of Swords, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's something sneaky right now.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
again, I'm very, I don't know, like, I don't like a lot of the crap that the USA puts the rest of the world. But
Well, I
I
mean,
definitely
there was a history of like the U.S. companies like just using using the Mexican people for for experiments, with birth control and all that,
yeah, but I actually think like they are better with the U.S. citizens. So I think like whatever the U.S. government is giving to the military and healthcare is actually much better than whatever Mexico is giving. And I don't want to be, against Mexico, but it's like, do I trust the government? No.
the budget girl.
Yeah, sadly, it comes down to money.
Mm-hmm. If only like taking care of and living. If only living didn't cost so much. Wouldn't that be a crazy idea? Wouldn't that be a crazy world to live in?
But living doesn't, the secret of like living your life right, it doesn't mean like
Rather, I should say surviving. I should say surviving.
Not even surviving, no, it's not about six figure, it's not about, it like making more money each year. It's just like spend less money than you earn. And not even less money, but just spend less than you earn. And that's the secret to your happy life.
It's more like spend your money into things that will last and like
no, it's not even about
throughout,
And no, it's not even about that. Just
so it's like you are spending less, it's
less,
like that.
Exactly.
It's that I think it was it Mark Twain or someone, or was it Terry Pratchett? One of those writers. They wrote it's like, okay, so the rich man buys his boots and they last him for a year. Meanwhile, the poor man buys his boots and the only ones he can afford will only last a month. So while the rich man has, with the more expensive boots, it lasts throughout the year. That money that you would spend every month buying a new pair of boots adds up to more than what you would have spent with buying
Yeah, but I don't think
it is expensive to be poor.
But it's also like poor people get tricked into a lot of situations. It's just people get into debt and thinking it's worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's like no.
But even rich people, by saying people that have a lot of money, get into debt, and it's just stupid. It's just what
don't you have all this money?
Don't spend all of that. It's as simple as that. You cannot give more than what you have.
Right. Yeah. It's like yeah. Yeah.
And like when you break that balance, then of course you are in trouble.
Let's see what the Ostara has to say for our economic situation.
I think it goes beyond economic, but yeah, like taking it to economics. Spending less than you earn, I don't know her.
What's that?
I was reading Christy's comment. Spending less than you earn, I don't know her.
Oh yeah, insane. I'm just kidding. Have I ever reached the negative? No, I haven't. Let's see. I have I think this is the Two of Coins, or is this the Two of Wands? This is why I don't like this deck. I can't tell if these are coins or wands or swords.
What do you mean you don't know? Show the card.
No, it's not the swords. It's not cups.
Show us a card.
I think it's coins. What is that? Tell me what you think that is.
I don't know. Let's see the book. Oh, I remember I don't like the cops, by the way.
Here we have the Knight of Swords.
It's not the Two of Swords.
Okay, yeah, the Two of Swords has the bird on it, and the snake, right? No, it has a bird,
Yeah, it's not the Two of Cups.
and it
so
does
I
have
think
like two swords pretty much there, and the Two of Cups also. I think it's
the Two of Wands.
maybe, right? What does the Two of Coins look like? Oh yeah, it is a Two of Wands. Now I see the sticks in her hands.
Yeah, it's a Two of Wands. The
Two
Two
of
of Coins
Wands.
looks very different. Looks watery, actually. The Two of Coins.
Oh. I hate that. That's why I'm like hesitant to getting the mystical moments tarot, because it's like the Two of Coins is a teapot pouring 2 cups of tea.
I saw that this. I remember the discussion from For a Love of Cards. I think.
Yeah, I was like,
And
what is
people
this
were
trash? What is this trash? It's not ugly. It's not bad, but it's like, what? The image is saying Two of Cups.
I actually like it.
I can see how you can get to that meaning of the Two of Coins, but if you're looking at the image, what's your brain gonna say? 2 cups? Hello, honey.
I still like it, and I'm getting that thick. I'm still waiting for it. It's like on the Amazon pre-order thing.
Girl.
Yeah, it's the cups, the one I don't like.
I love this Knight of Swords.
Yeah. Yeah, cup
And
is the suit because I don't like the Ace of Cups.
let me see, what does the Ace of Cups look like?
I don't like it. The Two of Cups is alright. But I also don't like the Four of Cups.
I
And
like
I
the
don't-
King of Cups. I love
I don't like the Seven of Cups.
Let me see here.
The King of Cups is the stuff that freaks me out.
I love it. Where is it? The Two of Cups? Which one? Like all the cup cards, essentially. What was it? Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, right?
The Ace and the Four. The two I actually like. It's two little birds.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's good. That's typical. Yeah.
Again, do you think cups right away? It could be coins. It could be swords. It could be.
What for this? For the two here? I see. I think Two of Cups. It's like these two people. They're together. They're bonded.
But it's
you know, they're
birds.
close.
It's birds.
Yeah, they're lovebirds.
Mm.
Hello.
Well, I can see how she get there, but you see two birds. What are you gonna think? Swords?
I'm not gonna think 2 swords with this. I don't see swords. You know, I don't see anything that indicates. This
Didn't you
is like,
realize I was bitchy paraphrasing you?
I know. Yeah, I know. There's, but the girl, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I don't mind it.
Because it's like you see the 2 cups and they're prominent in the mystical moments.
Yes, they're very, very prominent. But they're like teapots.
Oh, that's right. They're 2 teapots. Still water, you know, vessels of water. You know, wrong. Now I'm finding. Why can't I find that Ace of Cups?
And the Four of Cups. I don't like it. The King of Cups freaks me out.
Oh, the Ace of Cups with the mice.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why? Because it's like they're semi-human with like animal costumes, or
I don't know. Maybe it's that because the Four of Cups is similar.
this looks really more 3 of Cups.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't look like an ace. But I think they did an animal, the same animal for each suit, right? For each number. So all the aces have
Mice.
mice,
Yeah. All the 2s have like birds or something.
birds.
All
But you know, the-
4s?
The Queen of Swords, I love it. I love her.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. I think the courts really shine in this. You know.
Yes. And
Now I remember why I don't use these.
but it's just getting to know her.
Getting to familiarize ourselves with it.
Yes. I mean, yeah, the struggle is like they kind of make sense, but you definitely see the energy of 4 people here.
Yeah, it's. I guess I don't know.
For
The
example,
art.
I love the wands. I actually love wands, like the whole suit of wands.
Uh huh.
I really like that aesthetic. I
What do you
think
think
I
of? What
don't
do you
like.
think of the Fool card? Thoughts?
I think I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Let's see. I again the courts. I feel like courts just are like underrated. You know, in general. I think because people don't know how to read them.
Well,
But I mean, like,
they
look at
are
that.
they are lovely. The courts, the kings, they're
Yeah,
like really neat.
I love it.
So if you look at the nine of cups, that looks. Doesn't that give you like a 10 of coins energy?
Let me see here. 9 of Cups, you say?
Yes.
Where is she? What is it? What?
It's like cats and a little girl, or like bear cats. I don't know.
Hmm. Let me see if I can find it.
It's like orangey brown.
Huh. I mean, it's more like a. It's got that lethargic kind of feel to it.
But doesn't it give you like a family vibe?
It does give me that, but it's like
It doesn't give me nine of cups vibe.
maybe like it's trying to say like, oh, she's so comfortable and she's like in her own, she's the only person here. The rest are just cats. But I'm like, I guess. But I would say not really a 10 of coins because again, for me, it's like the family aspect of the 10 of coins.
But I think like maybe because I live with cats, like the cats are the family. You know?
That's probably what it is. Me, I'm looking at these cats. I'm like, okay, probably all the fucking hair, freaking, all the hairballs. Girl, no.
Girl. Yeah, like all the sevens are raccoons. All the fours are bunnies.
Hmm.
But I think, I mean, going with the animal thing, I think worked against them. Because, like, there are animals that are very, like raccoon is very seven of swords,
Yeah.
but then the raccoon is not the rest of the suits.
True, but then, yeah, I guess. But it's like, okay, it's sort of like as
And
Devil Wears Prada says,
and because
florals
I
for
think
spring,
yeah, but the other problem is
raccoon
like
for 7 of Swords.
yeah, but the other
Groundbreaking.
problem is like since like the main I think if they should have included the words because the cups and the wands are not very prominent in each suit.
Yeah, like in general, you can't really tell.
You get confused. Why didn't
Yeah.
they use the word? That would solve every problem.
Or like a glyph of a cup and a sword and a wand and a But they
Yeah.
don't want to do words.
Yeah, a glyph, no, like a little image.
Yeah, it's like Los Carabeo does that. That I think works out pretty well, except for when like the court cards get to it. Like they have like a helmet for both the knight and the page, or like the crowns of the king and the queen look very similar, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I think doing the same animal to give them cohesion worked against them.
Yeah, but all in all, pretty looking deck.
Well, not just pretty looking. I do like it. I like it a lot. But now that I'm viewing it, it doesn't have body positivity. Everyone is like a model.
Right. Any people that are there are like, there's no variety
Super
of body
slim.
types.
You know which card I really, really dislike? The Lovers. I don't like it.
What's that one?
It also reminds me of Prisma Vision Lovers, and I also don't like that card.
Let me see here.
Like people dancing.
Let
But
me see here. Where
for
is
some reason, I don't
it?
like it.
Let's talk about it. Let's see.
Clips your immune system's high, Lucy. Yes. Oh no, like Trish is saying, Latinos die at higher rate when compared to other communities. Don't even get me started in Mexico. Mexico, if you see the worldwide statistics, like I check a page like it's like for the entire world. Mexico is doing so bad right now, like so bad. Like we just had like 1,000 more cases like
Yeah.
last week, and the rest of the world is like only other 5 countries are having like maybe 400 new cases, 200 new cases, and we're like 1,000 something new cases. I'm like, we're all gonna die.
Oh no.
The card that I love in this deck is Strength. This is probably my favorite Strength.
Oh yeah, it's a good strength card for it to be like a woman standing there. I
Yeah,
saw.
the
I
dragon.
was looking at the field. I was looking at the field tarot. I
Mhm.
don't like that strength card. It's just a woman standing in profile. I'm like, how does that give me strength? She's a powerful woman. Yeah, like that. You could literally do any picture.
Can
and
you
say
prop
that's
an
it.
image?
Let me
Okay.
see. Let me find one.
The field tarot Strength.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, and also like a lot of decks went mass market, right?
Oh yeah. I think so. Well, we'll see. Let me see here. Let's see Pinterest. Yeah. Oh, fuck you, Pinterest. There we go. What is up with this? There we go. Yeah, it's like, what is the indication of strength? She could be the Hermit card. She could be the queen of whatever, or a page, or, if you were to trim this card, to trim off the border, trim off the title, how would you know other than the keyword?
Which I still don't find it. Oh, I see it now. It's like this lady. Is it?
Yeah.
That one? Oh no,
Yeah,
it's the Queen of Cups.
It's a
Is it
it's
the
a
lady?
black woman with a head wrap, and she has like white dots on her arm and like white stripes on her wrist.
How is
and
it
white
different
dots on-
from the High Priestess, which is just a woman in a throne? That looks like a queen or like a page.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
can you share it because I don't find it? Oh, is maybe
Here.
this one? I think I found it.
It was the first one. I just looked up the field tarot strength, I think, and
I put the filter Strength, and I got like the classic Rider Waite Smith Strength.
girl, it said you don't get to see that.
I found it. Yeah, it's like, how is that Strength? She seems like she's meditating.
Right? And it's like that gave me like hermit vibes,
Or like a queen, or again, like a page or a knight, or...
Yeah, and I'm thinking of like, okay, I see how the background is like, you see how it's like one color and then the below her head is another color. I'm like, okay, so her mind is like reaching out to some other, connecting to like the cosmic universe, whatever. But in a meditative state, she's connecting to the higher, energies, whatever. That right there, maybe. But it's like, it was so roundabout. It's like, how do we get strength? It's like, compare that to Ostara's strength, where it is just, woman standing there, but
She looks so powerful.
you get the armor,
Again,
you get
no disrespect to black women, but these women...
she's a beautiful image, and I love that she,
I'm
we
glad you pointed
appreciate-
out, because I was, at some point I was like, oh, this looks interesting. Now that I'm taking
Yeah,
a
to
closer
me-
look, I'm like, nah, it's just pretty pictures.
Yeah, like I love like some of the minor cards where they're like very minimalist with different colors and all that.
Yeah, very
But-
vivid.
Yeah, I don't hate that, but yeah. Let me see. Here's the strength for the Ostara. And she has the dragon there.
That is,
But-
and the balance in the both shoulders. That's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I was focusing on mostly. Like when I thought until I mentioned it, until I saw it, the dragon's very like, it's so dark you can barely see it, and it's like what's focusing is like her face and her shoulders, with the sun and the moon.
But I also like that she has a dragon, because I do like
It's a-
strength because it exposes the beast within. It's
Yeah.
not implicit, it's explicit. And I like when they do it explicit, like, this is my inner beast that, you have to live with, you have to tame, you have to. Why are you so dark, Zach?
I need to turn on my light here. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, it was like, why is Zach so dark? Oh yeah, this whole vaccine thing. I mean, I'm super glad for the vaccination, and I do hope that we can, vaccine everyone and things will get back to normal eventually. Normal, quote unquote. Who even knows what normal is now?
I hope we don't get back to
Yeah.
normal. I hope we change shit up,
Yeah, and what's normal? Like, when was normal? Being shitty
Yeah,
with
what
each other?
yeah. Yeah, what was the standard for normal, Like, to whose standard? Whose standard is to normal, My
Mhm.
normal is not Lucy's normal,
Definitely not.
Donnie's normal is not the same to either ours, and neither is Trisha's, Or Scotty Boy. Scotty Boy was talking French the last time, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? I think it was Scotty Boy. In the last live stream, I think. Right? Maybe I'm confusing him. I'm bad with memories, especially with like so many icons.
I was not in that night. What?
Yeah,
Last
it
night
was my
stream?
last. I think it was. Yeah, it was my last reading with the astrology, with the taroscopes. Maybe he was in there. I was like, yeah, it's like I had some ideas as to what he was saying, but I'm like, I don't fully understand that. The Latin roots were helping me.
But because he was speaking French. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I was like,
I get
oui, oui.
Ooh la la, oui oui.
Yeah,
Tutu.
baguette, yes.
I mean, you were this close, and I'm making a really, really tiny space with my fingers to saying French fries. Like, yeah, baguette. Oh, sure, that's the French.
Yes, escargot.
Escargot.
Croissant. No, that's not French.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently, it's not.
Croissant is not French?
Yeah, apparently it's Dutch. Yeah.
Come on, croissant is French.
But I think it was adopted by the French people. But let's be real.
It sounds
Dutch,
French.
It's not Dutch anymore. The French is like, this is ours now.
Yeah.
So, what now?
But no, I don't know about vaccinations.
It was so rushed. I think that's why a lot of people are like, what? And it's like, yeah, we've advanced so much compared to 50 years ago with the last pandemic, like the Spanish flu. Or I should say the Kansas flu.
Mm-hmm.
Like our technology and our knowledge on, on epidemiology and viruses, and we now have a much better understanding on that, but
not enough.
It's I don't know. It's a weird thing of like I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it.
I was like,
I don't wanna
where
put
are
out-
you going with this?
I don't know, girl. Point is, I'm
What's
pretty
your
sure they're going
point?
to come out with a better vaccine, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have a better grasp of it, and it's just going to be something that we're going to have to start getting used to. Hopefully, we'll build a more resilient immune system. Hopefully it'll just become a flu eventually, and like generations to come. I'm pretty sure COVID will, become like the flu.
Yeah, but
Kind of like how because the Spanish flu was like this major epidemic, hundreds of thousands of people died. I think maybe even in the millions. I'm not sure. I have to check the numbers on that. But now it's but it was just a certain variant of the flu.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus it's I think it was the World War happening. I think it was World War II or World War One. I think I can't remember. Anyways.
Anyway.
But we're not generations yet, so we're still dealing with it.
Yeah.
So let's see what the next panty jammy will, will bring us. Wonder which one will be.
I mean, even with the vaccination, we still have to be safe. Like, people were asking, like, for example, I'm not rushing to get tested. No, I was like,
It's like,
well,
no, we should get tested. Like, that's what, even if you are vaccinated, right?
well, I mean,
Because even if you're vaccinated, you can still be a carrier.
but even if you're tested, so
Right.
let's say you get tested, and then you are what? Positive or negative, right? So
Uh-huh.
if you actually had the virus and don't have it anymore, people might get more confident because they have certain immunity. But again, immunity to what? There are like so many strains.
Yeah,
And-
you're just immune to that one specific strain, and that may carry over to a few other, like maybe like what? Well, I don't know how many other strains of said,
Yeah,
of the virus. But there is that one. That's why we keep getting, that's why you should update your flu vaccine.
exactly.
Uh,
So I'm thinking, unless you are like really sick, there's no point in getting tested. From my perspective, and from my Mexican perspective, because I actually think it's a higher risk to go and get tested because I'm exposing myself.
right. That's
actually
like
sick.
right. But I'm sure they have like. I'm gonna tell you. I'm sure I'm sure the testing places are much more sanitary than those grocery stores and other buildings and other places.
I don't want to down talk Mexico, but it's like,
They're not that.
I was at the supermarket because I actually haven't been there in ages. Even before COVID, I was online shopping because I didn't have time to go. I do like going grocery shopping, but I hate waiting online. Like, I don't like it. So if I can save a line, I was like, yeah, someone else shop for me, blah, blah, blah. So I actually had to go because my car was leaking the cooling, liquid. So I had to get something like right away. And I stopped by the gas station and they were like, girl, like, if you don't go to the supermarket, you're going to spend a ton of money here at the gas station. I was like, okay, I'll go to the supermarket. And I have one that is just 2 blocks away. So I was there. I was being super safe. I just went through getting that. I took advantage and actually got some tools that I can never get online. So I was like, I'm going to buy these tools, right, that I can see them in person. And then when I get to the line, to the cashier, it was a long line. And then a whole family, like, stood right after me. And they were like too close. And I was like, I actually told him, like, hey, can you keep your distance? And they were like, ooh, she's getting offended because we're too close to her. I'm like, yeah, like, you were too.
Yeah, I'm like, I would be too.
And it was like a dad, like an older dad, like a girl that was probably around my age or maybe a bit younger. I don't know. And she had 2 small kids, and the kids were all over the place. And I'm like, families shouldn't
Get the leash.
be here.
Put them on a leash.
Like, and they shouldn't, like, I don't know how even they got in because they were not allowing kids or seniors, citizens, at the grocery shopping thing. So I'm like, why? And then the cashier was telling them, like, you cannot be the whole family here. You need to step out. And then they were like, well, the person is there, so she doesn't want us near her. I'm like, you bet you don't. Don't. Like, luckily they were wearing masks. But I was like, why do I have to be a bitch about my safety? Like, people get it.
It's like, no, you're full. Like, I think people should be fully justified if they are being a bitch about their safety. It's their fucking safety. It's my lungs. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's
I love
life.
my lungs.
Not even your lungs. It's your life.
Yeah,
and
that's the point. It's like
my loved
it's because the virus destroys the lining in your lungs.
Yeah.
The lining in your lungs. That's what it does. That's what it uses to reproduce itself. It destroys your lung here, and so.
Yeah, so I'm like,
it's like,
no, people, get it together. So I will never, ever, ever go back to a grocery store. Not even if I need urgent cooling liquid for my car.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think people are dying from the vaccine. Here he's saying a young, healthy Florida doctor died after his vaccine shot. It's like, well, first of all, it's like, when did he get the vaccine, and from how did he die?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
assuming he's saying it was like COVID that killed him, but either way, for it to have happened, he probably would have already been sick with COVID. He probably already had the virus in him, and so when he got the vaccine, it was probably too late. Or it was just one vaccine out of like many of the others, you know?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the vaccine killing you, but I am worried about the other side effects. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm like, from what he's saying it's like, you know, Donnie P here is saying, you know, that I will say, I'll say, COVID is gonna have much worse side effects and long-term side effects. Not that there, yeah. I don't know how much is true of this, of like, you know, the long-term side effects of it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, a couple of friends got COVID, and like this friend used to have like a super amazing nose. Like he could detect any smell because like he was like my witchy friend, and he's like, oh yeah, this is this essence, or you know, this oil, or that flower, or that plant.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, he has been recovered for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months. Like recovered. So after being sick, like month and a half, I think. And to this day, he has not fully recovered his like amazing sense of smell. So, yeah.
I mean,
And a lot of people like losing senses of taste and smell, like even months after being recovered, I think they are not 100% back. And
Yeah.
I'm scared. Like, so do you ever go 100% back, or you just lose it forever? Like, what's going on?
and yes, Donnie, I do think the virus was of a natural origin,
I don't know.
but I think it also like helped with human interaction. Donnie, if you're thinking that people made it and put it out into the world, honey, I'm getting ready to block you, honey.
But it's a valid conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory.
I'm like, you shouldn't say a conspiracy theory is valid. I will say that. It's a interesting and fun conspiracy theory. I would love to read the sci-fi book on that, but let me tell you, due to like,
There's probably 3 books at least already on that.
I'm like, I love it. I hope there's a love triangle. I hope, you know.
I hope I am in the love triangle. Oh no.
I think we all want to be in a love triangle in a.
But you want to be the center of the love triangle?
YA novel.
But you want to be in the center of the love triangle, or do you want to be one of the wings?
Well, honey, if you think about it, they're all the same. What's Peeta and Gale's thoughts on the love triangle?
Like Ditch Katniss get with each other. No, Peeta and Gale. Who cares about Katniss?
Yeah, what does Gale think? Oh, she just friend zoned me. Should I pursue for 2 more books?
Should I pursue for Peeta instead? Aren't they like fan fiction about Peeta and Gale getting together? Like, she played us. We should get together. Are you
Like,
listening
he's
to that?
calling me a sheep, honey. Donnie, no, girl, no. Girl. And
You are
what
not
are your
listening
sources,
to
Donnie?
me.
I'm like,
Stop.
what is this? I'm like
Stop.
feeding into it.
Stop, Zach. You're
What?
not listening to me say about Peeta and Gale getting together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat.
Yeah, but you're giving
And I'm
too much
like-
attention. Let it go.
I know. It's very ironic that people who, you know, call others sheep, you know, it's like, honey, what
So,
herd are
you know-
you following then, honey?
What are your
What do you
thoughts
think you
on
are, the
Peeta
shepherd girl, honey?
for the 100th time? What are your thoughts on Peeta and Gale getting together?
If only he threw bread at Gale too.
Well, in the book it says like Katniss and Gale look like super similar, like brother and sister, like twins.
The mom has some explaining to do.
Maybe Peeta could actually get into Gale. Who knows?
True. True.
Stop reading the chat.
I'm sorry. It's just I can. It's like this is very Lucy. Let me tell you right now. It's very dangerous to let that kind of rhetoric spread throughout your channel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't pay attention to it, Tony. We're not gonna fit into this. We're actually changing the subject, and you're welcome to express yourself. But
people, if you guys are reading this, also just look up the World Health Organization as well, and look at the other stuff that people have actually proven by science. And all
I entertain good conspiracy theories, but it's for fun.
Right. It's like I said, it's like a
entertainment
good fan fiction. It's But Donnie P is like putting it out like, no, this is the truth. No, honey, calm down. He's giving like, who do you think put it out there? The government? I'm like, you're giving the government way too much credit to make a bioweapon. And to release it like this and to keep it hidden and secret. No, honey.
Yeah, let's not go there. Let's change subjects. We were talking about tarot.
Were we?
Yeah, we were doing readings, but just for us, not for anyone else. Sorry.
Yeah.
I actually needed to do these readings because I was like on standby waiting. So yeah, the field tarot. No, and no, big no on my list. I am waiting for the Dream Keepers. What's the deal with Dream Keepers? Like Amazon says, it's out of print.
It's Amazon. It's Amazon. It's not the deal with Dream Keepers. It's the deal with Amazon.
When are you placing your order for US games?
Soon, actually. I was looking at my decks. I was like, should I throw in a few more in there? Throw in a few more.
You're throwing a few more? Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm seeing what else. Not a few more copies of like the Dreamkeeper. It's just like a few different decks.
I
was like, I should try them out. And I'm over here like saying like, oh, I'm gonna stop collecting.
Yeah, you were gonna stop collecting.
I'm gonna stop collecting, and I'm not collecting no more. I'm gonna get more in depth with my decks.
Okay, that's a question for the chat. How many decks have you gotten this year?
This year? 2021?
2021. It's just February. So how many decks have you ordered this year?
3.
3. And received?
None. But I did get books.
Okay. Yeah, you showed us. I actually have ordered 1. And I'm not sure I have received anything this year. Have I? No, I think the latest deck that I got was Materia Prima. And that was December 24th, which I was like super happy. I was like, oh, this is Christmas.
Oh, I'm like, I just because it's like, it's been so long. And I got like a new deck. And then now I have like 3 or 4 coming in.
Well, yeah, you're starting now something for me. And when that comes, it's going to be like, woof, this is a lot. I'm gonna be super excited, and there are like a couple of things like on the way to us.
Girl, I'm like, should I like take a handle of my chat?
If this keeps going, I'm gonna do a timeout.
Because it's like, again,
moving on.
This is not. Let me tell you, I'm like with Lucy. A conspiracy theory is fun and all that, but I'm not open-minded to it. As in, like, oh, what if it's true? No.
True.
This is factually true.
This is not the space and the time for it.
Yeah, no. Because
a cat just sits next to me and she's like, yeah, cuddle me. It's time for cuddle a cat. If you have a cat next to you, cuddle it. If not, you can cuddle yourself. Exactly that. Yeah. So, which 3 decks you got?
It's those Kickstarter ones, girl. Or wait, the 3 decks I ordered. It was the Kickstarter for Tarot Avatara, that Yokai Tarot that Y sent, and then that Marseille one that I ordered from.
The black and white?
Yes, I sent it. I sent you a link to it a while back. I think it was a month ago, so maybe I should resend it.
Oh, I think I knew that one, and I was like, nah. Cool. What about Christy? Are you still in chat? And why?
Yeah, Christy, where are you? Why help?
What decks are you getting this year? Because if not, I think maybe we should just call it a day.
Right? Call it a
How
night.
long?
I don't know.
Yeah, how long have we been talking?
Almost 3 hours.
What? I thought it was gonna be at 1 hour.
I said we just let the conversation flow, let it go how it goes, you know? There was no time limit here, bro.
Okay, we should definitely just call it a night.
Yeah. All
3
right.
hours? Oh my gosh.
It's not that long. It's not
This
that
was
long. We can
for
keep going.
This was not for rewatching purposes. This was just blah blah blah, talking blah blah blah. We didn't even have a topic or anything. So
Girl, how did I draw all these people into my chat?
they like to see you talk. Yeah, I think we should call it a night because I mean this is going somewhere where we're not.
Yeah, I'm like, girl. I'm sorry. It's like it's dangerous to lead down because then you get into anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, and then it's setting up boundaries, Lucy. This is maybe it's best you didn't let your channel continue. Then you have to deal with this stuff.
People watch The Good Fight. You will have fun there.
Good fight. Yeah, watch The Good Fight instead of reading conspiracy theory.
Yes. I mean, they pose interesting questions and interesting conspiracies.
Yeah. All right. We'll call it a night there.
We'll call it a night.
Yeah.
Free of speech, but watch what you say because words are powerful.
Sure, you can say whatever the hell you want to say, but doesn't mean I can't block you for it. All right. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. If you ever watch this, let us know in the comments down below if you got new decks this year.
Right? Yeah. And which ones? Like I said, Botanica, Blood Moon.
Yeah,
Cosmo Visions. What was the other one? Lubanko.
Lubanko, yes.
And there was another one.
Fyodor Pavlov.
Yeah, the Pavlov. There you go. All those coming soon. Like
coming to you.
This month, like spring.
Spring 2021.
Yeah. All right.
Movies.
Bye, everyone. Or what? What was that?
Movies. Who knows? But tarot decks are here. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Stay safe.